And you gonna get off his corners? You gonna leave his people be? Or you the one that's gonna find yourself a new plug?
You don't mean that shit?
The fuck I don't. I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just cause you don't like the way another nigga talk. Drive, motherfucker!
New Age Media and Entertainment.
How you feeling? Does the man have his foot on your neck? And is you ready to go out wild if I slid you a tech? Recollect all the times you had to check behind the bumper of your car. It only takes one time, yeah. Stressing hella dirty, gotta come up with a plan. Cause I can roll this bitch just as fast as they can, man. Take 10 paces and it's on. By the time you face the facts, I'll be yelling where the bomb at. Me black ass Chalk and all the niggas who been through what I've been through. The rest is strictly business. I mean this, don't get it twisted who the G's is. It's where the G's live, bring the violence, keep the cold aside.
We like miles and miles, we got so many styles. Versatile like switching to Southpaw, he's raw hard.
Like to the jump,
Cross and measure 11, I feels it for this shit. But if I see you check,
in retrospect, and I said you gave me props,
said we got live. Down so tight, got him doing 25 to live.
Cause I write pay styles
And bring the whole shebang, cause money ain't everything, it's the only thing. Dub gang motherfuckers, you ain't heard, it's my word. We gon' ride on them niggas where they serve.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the PDXDOPE Live Podcast. And yes, I'm your host, Mr. Ray Nelson Jr., a.k.a. Double R, a.k.a. Ray of G-ism, a.k.a. Petty Murphy. Let's go ahead and get the panel introduced. We got my man, Jermaine Mason, in the building. We got my man, Renald Tage, in the building. And the lovely Clarice is in the building.
Hey,
what's up, y'all? What's happening?
It's Friday.
It's Friday. It was a beautiful day.
Man,
I was out there, man. I was like, whoa. It's good to get some sunshine after all these months of just clouds, snow, ice, and bullshit.
Rain.
Rain. I mean, of course, rain. You know, it was like that. We dropped the top today. You know what I'm saying? And got busy. You know what I mean? It was cool. Loved it. But anyway, what y'all got going on this weekend?
I'm trying to go see American Fiction. I keep being told about this movie. It's still in a few theaters. It's over at Laurelhurst, so I think I'm gonna try to check that out either tomorrow night or Sunday afternoon.
Okay. It's playing at Laurelhurst?
Laurelhurst Theater?
That's still open?
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I don't ever go there, but I didn't know it's still open. I think it's, been renovated or, upgraded or whatever. But yeah, It's still open, and they show a few flicks, and that one's playing there. They have recliner seats. Oh no, was that the one or was that?
Listen, I ain't too good to go to
or
do
maybe
like
it's also at the Living Room Theater down on Southwest 10th. But one of them got recliner seats. That's the place I'm going to, the one with the recliner seats. Maybe the Living Room.
I've never been there. I've heard about that place.
I haven't been there either, but I need to be in a recliner.
That's what's up. Shit, man.
Oh, it's lovely.
Renald, what about you?
It's lovely. I've been there.
Oh, you been there before, Jermaine?
The Living Room Theaters?
Yeah.
Okay. Renald, you ever been there?
I haven't been there. I heard about it. I heard it's pretty nice.
PDXDOPE Live should go to Living Room Theaters.
I'm with it, man. I ain't got, man. Weekends is always mine. My dad got me. I finally went to go pick up my gift from my dad today.
What's your action figure?
I got my Trump action figure.
Did you see? I commented on that.
Oh, I did on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, y'all can't see it. I don't. This is background. It ain't gonna let me. Hold on. Let me kill my background real quick.
I did. I gave a shout out to your dad. So
Yeah.
Pops is watching. What's up, Ray Senior?
Oh, he in the building?
I don't know. I just said if he's watching.
Oh, they talking shit. We're still right now. He ain't watching this. They was talking shit when I was leaving, man.
But that was hilarious. I saw that.
No, this is my my Trump doll. My dad got me, so he knows it. This is an action figure. It's Trump. You know, he got the thing. He put the.
Hey, your dad be going hard as hell.
No, listen. This is not my dad. He got me some Trump watches. He got me when Trump was president. There was these presidential Trump watches that they made for him or whatever. And he got me I got like 5 or 6 of them downstairs. Got the leather band on them, and they go with the presidential seal in it. His Donald J. Trump on it. He bought them. He said, "Well, don't none of the motherfuckers work." He bought them.
He be going hard. He be going
yeah. I'm gonna surprise him one day and wear one of them motherfuckers. They look cool, but they Trump watches, nigga. Nigga get attacked, nigga. If he has something on there. But yeah, Pops was like him and my Uncle Ricky and his partner, his neighbor who lives in the complex where he lives at. And so, man, they was going in, bro. I was just like, let me just be quiet, man, because ain't nothing I'm gonna say gonna mean nothing to them. You know what I'm saying? They had it all laid out, bro. But yeah, thanks to my Pops.
You'll be sitting there talking to them for like 4 hours straight. And nobody's mind changing or thinking or nothing. They like, I already know.
Yeah, no, they got that, bro. They can have that. They got that, bro. I ain't even tripping, man.
Hey, Pam.
Pam is in the building. What's up with you, Pam? Yeah, man, it's been an eventful week at work. I got a raise.
Okay, that's great.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, just when you think it's time to look for something else, man, they hit you with something beautiful, man. So, and you really know that they appreciate you. I'll be wondering sometimes. I'm like, am I really even good at this?
Is it your anniversary?
Nah, my anniversary is in September. I had my 5-year this past year. It'll be my 6th year this year. But it was just my merit increase or whatever. So I got like probably the highest or one of the higher ones. So it's like the first time for me. I really don't be caring too much because I make pretty decent money. So, but
you don't be caring. I don't care how much money I make. I care.
I mean, well, I know I'm gonna get one. I'm talking about. I never really paid attention. I never really paid attention to. I'm not saying I'm just working. I don't care if I get one at all. What I'm saying is that this the highest one. I got the max. You know what I mean? And I never did that before. So,
congratulations! Did you get paid today? Have you seen your check yet?
Oh, I got it. Don't go into effect. What's up, Ab? She's in the building.
Hey,
no,
Ebony.
I don't get my that don't go into effect until April. So I mean, I just found out yesterday because we had a meeting and shit, and so she's talking to me and the other supervisor, and we just chopping it up. And then she's like, "Oh, before I let you go, it's like 2.5 hour meeting." So then she said, "Oh, before I let you go, I wanted to give you guys your money." I was like, "Man, I don't care, man." She's like, "Oh, I work hard for this." She's like, "You don't want to hear it, then fine, then, or whatever. You go ahead and leave." I was like, "Okay, hold on, just write it on a piece of paper and slide it across like they do in the gangster movies or whatever." And so she did. She goes and she writes down both of our shit, and then she put it on the table and slid it over. And I looked at it and I was like, "Oh, I can make that purchase now." I was like, "Put my shit in, bro."
Talking trash.
Like, yeah, man, it was cool, man. It was a good day, but then today got kind of crazy. But we made it through. But it is what it is. But yeah, it's good to get that, But work is. It is what it is, man. It's like you're chasing your tail sometimes when you're working, And I'm interviewing candidates and shit, so that gets. I don't like doing that process, reaching out to motherfuckers. I mean, I have to because I have to fill some positions, but I can't. I just want to get them. I had a full team for about almost 2 years straight, same staff, and then I had 2 people leave. in a month. You know what I'm saying? For whatever various reasons or whatever. And so then I dropped me to, that's a 19.1% drop from my team. So then I was like, shit. So now I got to go. And I just hired a part-time person. So that part is hectic because I like to be able to just work. So that means bringing in new people, training them, getting them acclimated, you know what I'm saying? And then having to cater to them and get they, like I said, acclimated, getting them on their feet and shit. And so that takes me away from the shit I got to do. You know what I'm saying? I have a self-sufficient team that runs. They handle, you know what I'm saying? I don't have, I don't have to really worry about them, so it's when I get these new people, because I used to manage students and shit, and I hated it. Not because I didn't like the students, but because it was, you got to pay so much attention to them.
You gotta bring everybody up to speed, yeah. And
man.
Time consuming.
Man, there's a lot of shit going on, man. I put up a post on Facebook, man. It was about this situation that happened down in Alabama. I don't know if you guys seen that. It was these, I want to say 6 young people, young adults or whatever, guys and girls. They beat and raped and shot and killed this girl, black kids. It was and they videotaped it. This happened in Birmingham, Alabama. Yeah, it was horrible. And they got it. They got all the tape. It was a few people that was in that situation in the tapes, and they said that the prosecutors won't even play the tape because it's so gruesome. The shit that they did to the woman. It was horrible. I mean, it was like they couldn't even really kind of talk about. Go ahead.
What was their motive?
That part I don't know. She was like, from what I heard, that they was like stomping and kicking her, beating her. Somebody, a witness said who seen what was going on. They was stomping, kicking, and beating her, and then the girl, I guess the girl, when she was on the ground, she was just like, okay, you won. So I don't know what preceded that or what caused it to escalate like that. But she was like, you won, or whatever. And then they was beating on her, and then they put her in the trunk and took her to a different area. And that's when they committed all of the, the atrocities and stuff that happened.
Mahogany Jackson, is that the woman who's got killed?
I
20
don't.
years old.
How old? No, these are young adults. I want to say they're like in their 20s, early 20s, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, no. But then the woman who was killed was 20. 26, 23, 23,
yeah.
25, 25, and 18.
That sounds about right. I thought you said 12.
Oh, no.
Okay,
20.
yeah.
The woman who was killed was 20. Her name's Mahogany Jackson.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Yeah, there it is right here.
Is that it? Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah, I think so. That's it. Let's see. New details.
Kidnapping and murder.
Murder. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They beat her up, and then they put her in the trunk, and then they took her to a different location, where they raped, sodomized her, multiple times, and then after they did that, they shot her in the back of the head.
Wow, that's crazy.
None of the suspects have been formally charged.
Well,
they were taken into custody on Monday.
So I have a video right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and play that video, and you can check it out, and we can see what they're talking about.
This was from February, so I'm curious.
Yeah, it's just, So we're early in the month, so you know how usually some of those stories, they don't come out until later on or whatever. But let's take a look and see what they're talking about. 1 second here.
In case WVTM 13's Aaron
Jackson. Tonight, new details in the death of Mahogany Jackson. 6 of the 8 suspects in court today. Thank you so much for joining us here at 6. I'm Brittany Decker.
I'm Guy Rawlings. We've been following the Mahogany Jackson case. WVTM 13's Aaron Llewellyn, live and local in Birmingham tonight, outside the Jefferson County Courthouse. A lot of the details too gruesome to talk about, Aaron.
Yeah, Guy Brittany, the hearing today lasted for about 3 hours, and the legal teams went through the details of what led up to Mahogany Jackson's death and even uncovered some new details about her final moments. And some of it was too unbearable for her family to hear. Now, today we know that the defense attorneys claim that Jackson was at one of the suspects' house, Brandon Pope, and questioned him about a gun that she says was stolen and money that was also stolen from her purse at some point through out the day. She even made him strip to prove he didn't have it. Now, Pope told Harris to do something to her because she made him strip. Now, the detectives working the case say Jackson was assaulted multiple times throughout the time she was being held against her will. Now, both Jackson and some of the suspects' families were in the courtroom today for the detailed hearing, some of it becoming emotional. Now, District Attorney Danny Carr says her family might be disappointed some of the charges were reduced or thrown out, but they are one step closer to justice.
They understand the circumstances, but they also appreciate what we have in front of us, and they understand that this is a marathon and not a sprint. There's still a lot of work ahead of us, and we'll be there with them every step of the way.
Oh, that's that mumbo jumbo. This is it. They all say.
Now, later in the day before Jackson died, she was put in Harris's car, and he, Pope, and McDowell took her to clean Harris's car out. Even though the defense claims Harris said they were taking her back to her house, that's when Harris is accused of pulling the trigger and shooting Jackson in the back of the head. Now, District Attorney Danny Carr calls this one of the most gruesome murders he's ever seen.
Since I've been in his office, I've had some, yes. Some of y'all maybe, I was young too at the time, but the Thanksgiving homicide at the Airport Inn Hotel, where 3 people were brutally murdered in the Airport Inn Hotel on Thanksgiving morning. I actually handled that case and tried it myself. That was a very brutal case. This one, unlike that one, the brutality kind of played itself out in real time because it's video. There's a video involved.
Now, this case is still being investigated, so new details could emerge in the coming days. And the things that are still being investigated are rape kits and ballistic results. Now, the 2 other suspects in this case are expected to be back in court for the same hearing on Monday. For now, we're live in Birmingham. Aaron Llewellyn, WVTM 13.
She has a child who's now 3.
And so, did they say anything from what you're looking at? What might have caused this type of thing, or whatever, or why they did it?
I'm not seeing anything. So this is let's see here. So here's one. So People Magazine published something on March 14th. Before killing Mahogany Jackson, the people the young mother had previously considered friends and who had allegedly tortured her for hours told her they were going to toss trash at an illegal dump site. Francis Harris, who is one of the men, shot the 20-year-old in the back of the head. That's what they were talking about.
Right.
Investigators recovered her body at the dump site under 2 mattresses. Let's see here. Like, no, they won't say. This is just one of the worst cases they've ever seen.
Man.
So, like, this is interesting. The fact, when you consider, like, all the murder cases and kidnapping cases and torture and sodomy, and they tell you all of these things, and they won't say anything here. It's that bad that they won't say anything at all.
Right. That's what I found interesting.
That, like, I mean, like, on one hand, it leaves you curious, like, well, how bad was it? And on the other hand, you're going, well, maybe I don't want to know. I mean, eventually, I suppose it'll all come out, but.
Oh, let me get my background.
Here's something. Wait a minute. Now, hold on. She had gone to Brandon Pope's house.
She accused him of stealing a gun
That night to confront the 24-year-old over a gun, right? Which she had previously stolen and now believed to be in his possession. Taking a gun from Jeremiah McDowell, who's 18, Mahogany aimed the gun at Pope and allegedly forced him to strip to prove that he did not have the gun. Angered by the gunpoint strip down, Pope, who did not have the gun, later allegedly instructed the group with words of the effect, "Kill her or do something to her. That B made me strip." Throughout the torturous overnight hours spanning February 24th and 25th, Mahogany was allegedly moved by the group to multiple locations, including to an apartment complex named Serenity Apartments. There, Mahogany was allegedly forced to give oral sex to one of the women, while another woman held her head, and a third held a gun in one hand and a recording device in the other, per videos in evidence. One person in the house allegedly told her to hurry up because she had another one awaiting oral sex. At one point, Mahogany managed to sneak several messages to family members asking for help and sending her location, her mother tells People. Send the police, apartment 3, held hostage, don't call. Mahogany messaged her mother, according to the Birmingham Police Department, who then began investigating the incident as a missing persons case, but did not reach out to Mahogany in time. As the abuse continued, Mahogany's terror escalated and she defecated on the floor. What on earth did they do to her to make her do that? She ain't going nowhere, Harris, 25, said of Mahogany before killing her, Carr alleges. Later, as the group prepared to go to the dump site, the district attorney says Harris fatally shot Mahogany in the back of the head. Investigators recovered her body around 2:19 a.m. local time, February 26th. Following the detective's testimony on Wednesday, tweaked a litany of charges against the 6 defendants before sending the case to grand jury, who confirmed the updated charges to People. Grand jury will consider charges of capital murder during a kidnapping against Pope and McDowell, as well as Harris, who also remains accused. So those are the 3 men. I was looking at the names of the women. Those are the 3 men, who also remains accused of capital murder during a rape, sodomy, a charge dismissed against both Pope and McDowell. The women are each charged with felony murder, but one of the women, initial second-degree assault charge was reduced to misdemeanor third-degree assault. The other 2 women were both initially charged with felony murder during first-degree kidnapping and first-degree sodomy, and they're slated for separate preliminary hearings on March 18th. If convicted of capital murder charges, such cases in Alabama hold possibility of death penalty.
Yes.
You made her defecate on herself?
I think that she was under a lot of trauma, all the shit that they were doing. I mean, they was violating her. Who could, God knows only what she was dealing with, what you have.
Right, the mental.
You got 8 people on you. Jermaine, what are your thoughts on this?
Hey, Geneva.
Jermaine, what are your thoughts on this case? What are your thoughts on this case?
Man, I think that is pure evil, man. Whatever was going on in that house and all of those people that are involved, you can look at them. They don't look like a bunch of winners. If I'm just being honest, I feel like it's sad, man. You have a woman that's being violated by all these people, and this woman has kids, and she has a family as well too, and they just took it upon themselves for whatever kind of justice that they felt like she deserved, and just totally violated her. So, honestly, I feel like they're gonna get what they deserve. They're gonna get most likely the death penalty. They haven't charged nobody yet because they all in there telling on each other right now. So
they are.
Everybody. Well, but here's what you have to remember: they have video. They can tell what they want to because the video is going. And they have more than one person taking video of the acts that they were doing to her.
Right, but I'm pretty sure that you're gonna hear some things
It wasn't
along
me.
the lines of this person made me do it. They said they was gonna do it to me if I didn't. It's a lot of that going on right now in that in the back room.
We have to remember, right, that she had pulled the pistol on one of them first for allegedly stealing some shit from her.
Okay.
No. And then they somehow, some way, at least this is the way it's being explained, somehow, some way, they got back the upper hand. I don't know how she lost control of the gun or whatever, but that's not really explained in the story. But they just say that she made one of them strip for stealing from her. And then when he found out that there wasn't no gun or whatever, that nigga, the dude was like, fuck that. This bitch made me strip, humiliated me. And, had them, and everybody, let's make, do something to her. You either kill her or do something to her, is what they said in the story.
You see, I'm not gonna go that far.
Yeah, no.
It's one thing if she, humiliates you that way and you wanted to whoop her ass or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's one thing. But y'all raping her and
that's extra.
And taking her from one place to another, and y'all doing that. Yeah, y'all doing too much. Right, I mean, was she taping it? Was she taping it when you got naked or something? I mean, what was she taping it like nigga strip, nigga, and taping you or something? I mean, was she live streaming it? I mean, what was she doing?
Yeah, I'm interested to hear more about what happened, what led up to it. It doesn't justify what they did, of course, but because like I said earlier, remember when I explained the story before I showed the video, what they in the report, they were saying, okay, y'all won, y'all whatever, or something like that. And so, it will be interesting to hear what led up to this. And I think that part of that has been, it is not my bedtime, you're free. My watch is telling me it's my bedtime. I don't know what's going on with that.
I know how old you are.
Oh, man.
It is your bedtime, buddy.
Yeah, man. It's trying to
tuck it in.
To get my hours.
No, but in. you got 9 lives. You got 9 lives right now that just got ruined. And that's just right now.
Because of her child.
Right. And I'm not even right. And we're not even talking about, her mother, her child, or if she got other loved ones and things like that as well. But and even them, I'm pretty sure a couple of them maybe have some kids as well. So no one wins in this situation at all.
Absolutely.
And it's like, the person being the ringleader of all this stuff and and helping these other people crash out, it's sad, man.
Somebody getting the death penalty. So I know, Claire, you're not a proponent of that. What's up? Jax is in the building. Ain't nothing.
Hey, what's going on, Jax?
I know you're not a proponent of the death penalty. So these guys, again, this is where I feel like this is warranted. So Jax, just to bring you up to speed, I don't know if you caught the backstory before you hopped on.
God, he's gonna go off.
Listen, I'm just gonna tell him, I'm not gonna go off. I'm just gonna
Jack's is gonna go. I mean, rightfully so. Don't get me wrong.
Okay, so Jax, you heard about the Birmingham, is 8 people. These people right here, this girl in the middle, she got killed by all 8 of these dudes. That she was raped and tortured and then shot in the back of the head.
God damn.
What we talking about?
That's what we talking about.
We're talking about it's so bad that they won't even really get into the details of what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And they've got video.
And they took video of it as they did it to her.
Whatever they did was so bad that she defecated on herself.
Oh yeah.
I want to know why the parent didn't send the police to that location, and I've been run over there. To get there first.
That's a good question, Renaud.
And they shot him in the back of the head. Renaud shot her in the back of the head at the end of everything.
And
we can kind of look at them and tell.
Prayed on her, like what the fuck is going on?
You said with the situation?
Yeah, like who is she to them? Like they went to school with her or something? Like what?
They all apparently they all had some kind of they were all friends or something like that. And what happened was, so it's this is what we heard. And so the girl who this happened to now, and I just brought this up right before you popped on, she had confronted one of those dudes for stealing a pistol and some money out of her purse. And so she pulled a pistol on the nigga who she thought did it and made the nigga strip, right? So when he stripped down or whatever, he didn't have a pistol on him or no money on him or whatever. And the motherfucker who that happened to got hot and he told him, you kill this bitch or do something to her or whatever because of what she did to him. And then that escalated it and it turned into what's going on now.
Yeah, now if he was dolo on his act, you know what I'm saying, and he just wetter, you know how my brain think, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's something different. But about all y'all gang raping her and all that old weird ass shit, like it's a whole different ball game now. You know, I ain't pro police or none of that, but I mean, yeah, I get it. Like
he said, I ain't for police, but I get it.
Yeah, I don't. You know how I feel about motherfuckers yelling, but yeah, like man, fuck the motherfuckers.
That should never be your final moments.
Man, I mean, but it's by your own people. It's by your own people, though. Look at that. It's black people. You know what I'm saying? That's horrible.
See, and
you ain't got no people. That's the thing that people don't understand.
I don't have a problem with vigilante justice, bro. I don't. Like straight the fuck up. Like, you know what I'm saying? That girl, she got a mama or a brother or a sister.
She got a daughter and she has a kid. Or I don't know if it's a daughter.
Got a 3-year-old.
Yeah,
it's a little girl.
Somebody that can actually do something about it is what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if they did, I'd get it. Like, shit like that, bro. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I'm not sorry. But when you violate my people like that, bro, there's nobody off limits. I said what I said. Ain't nobody off limits.
All your
everybody, bro.
Kids, grandma,
anybody that represents you, anybody that hang with you, like straight the fuck up.
He said it's going up, nigga. I see you slipping. Yeah, I read that story earlier, and I had to actually put it on my Facebook page a few days ago or whatever. Renard, what are your thoughts on this, man?
I think it's wild. They definitely should be all of them that participated in this should get the death penalty. They should, they should have, what they should have done to them what they did to that young girl.
Okay, so right. Oh shit. Okay, we know they ain't gonna do that, but so I said death penalty. I'm a proponent of the death penalty or whatever, but in this I would say life. And the only reason why I say that is because of the fact that of what she did, her, what she did in pulling a pistol on one of the dudes or one of the, whatever.
We talking about the other 7 motherfuckers though. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's where I have an issue.
But you're in concert with others, and so they all gonna get charged the same shit.
So you're a man, and you need 7 other people to get with you to. And she's not a very big woman. Like when they're showing her full body picture, like she doesn't look like she's a very big woman.
Well, look at these. Like Jermaine said, none of these niggas look like winners or like they were gonna ever be anything in life.
Jermaine.
I'm just being honest.
Well,
ain't no God in the house. Ain't no God in the house. Ain't no Bible in the house. Ain't no nothing. Like
them motherfuckers is demons.
Man, come on.
I believe the children are
looking like zombies, all of them.
Teach them well and let them lead the way.
Especially the one on the bottom that's second from the left from her.
And imagine she had to eat her out.
Over, Ray, over one.
If I'm her daddy.
Under the one in the black.
Why do I go to jail?
Who right here?
So the guy that look at that one right there. I mean, when Jermaine said look like a zombie, like that
one, and then this one right here too.
Yeah,
look like a zombie.
yeah.
If her daddy killed all of them, he should get the fuck off. Just like on the Time to Kill.
Yep, these motherfuckers right here too. They look.
I mean, you can look at people, man, and you can see. You can say the eyes say a lot about a person, and you can look into the eyes of some of those people and see that there's no soul in them, just from a picture. You know what I mean? So you can look at certain people, man, and you can tell. I mean, have you ever been around somebody where you can just they hold energy, there's no aura. There's no aura whatsoever over them. It's just flat. Like it's just like
dead.
It's all off. And you know, and you should know, like, no, I need to get away from this person. This ain't nothing.
Something bad gonna happen.
This is not a healthy situation.
Right.
You know,
absolutely.
The other thing is regardless if you agree with the death penalty or not, the reality is people need to know what the laws of the land are where they live. Mm-hmm. And the death penalty is legal in Alabama. So before you go going off half cocked and doing some crazy stuff like this, you should be fully aware of what you're going to have coming to you.
I don't think anybody's going to feel sorry for them. In other words, even my opponents of death penalty. So I'm hearing that you guys wouldn't mind if.
I mean, you know, I'm not ever going to agree with it, and I feel horrible for their parents or whatever. Because at the same time, I'm sure they have people
that love them,
who aren't. Who are sane and are thinking maybe I did not raise you to be like this. I don't know what went wrong. Blah, blah,
yeah, they did. They raised them. Some of them motherfuckers they look like they was raised to do exactly what the fuck they did.
I mean, like this look like the monsters up in this motherfucker, man.
Yeah, that shit. They look like they was doing that shit when they was 8, 9, and 10, just terrorizing motherfuckers. You know, so.
This story makes me want to cry, though. Like, this is sad.
It's not. It is. It's super
But
sad.
then again, you guys look at this picture again. They got a good picture of her, and they got all these fucked up pictures of him. I want to.
She look like a ratchet. She look like Sexy Red or something. Goddamn.
I mean, if she was fucking with him, she's
got better pictures. They got better pictures of her in the articles.
I bet you all these motherfuckers got better pictures too.
Right.
I'm just,
I want to see a picture of her that night, like the rest of these guys right here.
They look like they was some kind of gang or some shit.
Man, fuck them. Show them they natural habitat, nigga. They heathens and show them looking just like that.
So I'm like. Terrible.
Why would she be hanging with somebody? Why would she be hanging with somebody like this?
Well, this is what happens when you live and you try to keep it real. You try to live in the ghetto. These are
Birmingham, Alabama. You know, Terrence lived in Birmingham Terrence lived in this town for 20 years. Geneva, Geneva. She even lived down there for a little while in Birmingham, man. Birmingham. And then if you watch the first 48. They was in Birmingham, right? They was in Birmingham for a while.
Man, it's one of the highest murder capital rates, man, in the country. Birmingham is not a place to play around with whatsoever. You know, it's one of them places where, you know, if you got family, you want to go visit and leave.
Hey man, listen,
it also depends on what you choose to immerse yourself in, because I mean it's bullshit anywhere you go if you choose to immerse yourself in it. You know what I'm saying?
Facts, big facts. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, if you want to be around, if you want to be around most black people that's young,
I mean, what's crazy is I'm with you, but at the same time, like, far as I get certain shit because nigga, I'm a hood rat. Like nigga, I want to go to I don't want to stay on a resort in a nice, but like I want to reside there, but I want to go visit the hood. I do, like everywhere I go.
Yeah, I don't want to go see low vibrating people. I don't want to be around niggas that like to carry guns and people don't value life, and you know what I mean. Like I love my life, man. I love God, man, and I value my life too much to put myself around.
I just don't partake in what they got going on.
You said what?
I just don't partake in what they got going on. You know what I'm saying? And I know my cue. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's
like say for instance, if I go to
chopping up. My cue was not to be there.
it ain't always all bad, though, bro. It ain't always all bad.
Listen, it is. I mean, to me, it's like, well, what would be the point for me to go on a vacation somewhere and go to the place where it's high crime, there's high prostitution, there's all kind of things going on that myself or my family are not safe. Why do I want to go hang around?
And they gonna know you're not
right.
local.
But why do I? Even if I am local,
if you ain't gonna go buy no local, the prostitution shouldn't bother you. You ain't gang banging, so you ain't got no ox. You ain't. I mean, you can go places and maneuver. You know what I'm saying, and not be involved.
Why do I want to maneuver though? Why do I want to maneuver anywhere? Why do I just want to go somewhere?
I'm just saying.
No, I don't. I don't listen, man. My life is tailored for me. So meaning that I don't hang around no one. I'm not around no one that doesn't value life at all. Like I'm not around those kind of people. And the only time I am is at work, and it's work related.
So if I'm going up the country, what I'm saying is, if I'm going up the country, what the fuck do I just want to sit? If I wanted to sit on a resort, I can go to fucking Florida. I can go to fucking hell. I can go to anywhere that has a resort and just sit on a resort all day. If that's what I want to do. I want to go and be amongst the people.
You want to be cultured.
But you can
you want to go with the poor people
and not be in the.
And that's what you want to call it.
Neighborhoods that have the highest.
Yeah, I want to experience the actual fucking year. I don't have to be involved in what they got going on. Because everybody that lives there ain't on that. It goes on around them. But everybody that lives there, for instance, Ray lives. I mean, if that's the case, Ray lives in the fucking hood, and that's what you want to call it. You know what I'm saying?
No, he's not. He don't live in the hood.
Put you on blast.
I'm saying if that's what you want to call it.
Now everybody
that sounds so crazy. Nigga Jack said I lived in the hood, nigga.
I mean, if that's what you want to, as far as for years, what has gone on around there?
No, you're right.
Until gentrification, what has gone around in that area?
It was drugs and gangs, drugs,
right.
and violence.
That's all I'm saying.
I hear what you're saying. My thing is, I want to be around people that value life. If you do not value life, then I'm not going to be in that. I'm not going to be around in those areas. There's areas where people value life. They love they love their life, you know, and they make conscious decisions. You know,
everybody that's
when
in
you around
areas don't not value life is what I'm saying.
Most cases they don't. Come on, man. Listen, we act like you acting like right now you can't go to a hood near you. Any hood you go to, the majority of those people in those neighborhoods, they don't value life. They're super sensitive, super aggressive. You step on somebody's foot, you can lose your life. You bump into somebody wrong, they're gonna cuss you out. You know, like those are low vibrating people, man. Like people don't normally act like that. That's not a normal reaction to things if someone steps on your foot. Like it's normally like, oh, my bad, or excuse me, and you just go about your way. But in our community, it's super aggressive. We watch these things at these football games, how these parents be coming out here acting crazy about their kids not playing or whatever the case may be. We watch it at Chuck E. Cheese. Come on, man. We see this shit all the fucking time, and you act like you're not seeing it. You see the same shit that I'm seeing.
I see it.
Niggas don't know how to act. Period.
So you just
niggas don't know how to act.
I think
niggas need to, it needs to be broken up, nigga. It needs to be some Indians in there, some white people in there, some Asians in there. It needs to be broken up, nigga, because if it ain't, niggas gonna do some nigga shit. Period.
I think niggas gonna do nigga shit anyway.
Period, nigga. Now where you go, nigga, you always gotta have your head on the swivel, be looking and watching. Who wants to go around life living like that? Nobody.
Shout out to Aaron and Muba. He's in the building. That's my Cuddy Terrence. That's a friend of the family. My Cuddy Terrence's best friend. He's been a long time supporter of the show. We've been watching on Facebook.
I mean, I'm more comfortable with play. At least I know what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Geneva said don't go to Bessemer or whatever. What's that? Where's that?
Must be in the Birmingham area.
Somewhere in Alabama, sound like.
Oh, got you. Bessemer.
I mean,
okay,
I just look at it as, man, you got kids that depend on you. Like I got people that depend on me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I got a wife and I got a family, my mom. I got people that depend on me. So I'm not gonna crash out, or I'm not gonna put myself in a situation to where I could be potentially taken away from them and they depend on me. So I treat my life that way. I don't treat my life as in, oh, I just want to go see what's going on over here and I just know what it is. And I know that my family is dependent on me. Like, you know, if you don't come home one day because you wanted to go hang out somewhere where you know you shouldn't have been at, you know what I mean? Like your son and your daughter got to live with that.
I mean, shit, I can say that at the country
club. You know what I mean? Without you. You said what?
I mean, I hear what you're saying, and there's a lot. I get what you're saying as far as the level of danger, the type of danger. But I mean, shit, there's a lot of places. You can go to fucking suburban places and be somewhere you shouldn't be, and something happen to you.
Well, I mean, I would say this:
the chances, though, of anything.
Yeah, I acknowledge that.
Yeah.
Well, no, I would say the type of shit you would get into.
I would say what's the norm. I would say what's the norm, not the exception, but the norm. So you're talking about the exception right now. I'm talking about the norm. The normal is if you normally go into those areas, some bad shit could possibly happen to you. You can get robbed, somebody gonna jack you for something, anything can possibly happen to you. Anything. And you know that because you're hanging around people that don't have shit.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, if
you can think of it. Go ahead.
Like I said, I mean, you don't. Like I said, to go places and patronize places, you don't necessarily gonna go and hang with them motherfuckers. Like, you see what I'm saying? Perfect example. I mean, it's the craziest shit in the fucking world, and I don't agree with it. Let's preface there. But I've seen at Dawson Park where it's crackheads and baseheads and gang members on one side and little kids on the playground playing on the other. And it's the craziest shit ever, and it's going on at the same fucking time. My point is,
no, but Jax,
yeah,
that's a good thing you brought up Dawson Park because just because of that, there's all type of weird shit go there. Renald, do you go to Dawson Park and hang out amongst the people? You do. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Renald, he goes to the bullshit. He said to the mix of the bullshit. It's like I don't do nothing but ride through Dawson Park.
Yeah,
nigga, but
I agree with you. Like, I don't go to Dawson Park. Like, there's nothing for me there. You see what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying I want to go to somewhere.
You letting your kids play over there by themselves?
No,
why you go?
He runs by it. He trains by them. No, he doesn't go hang in Dawson Park. I don't hang in Dawson Park, so I get that part. But there's nothing for me there. You see what I'm saying? But that doesn't necessarily say. But at the same time, when it's time for him to go boxing, guess where he goes? To Matt Dishman, and he runs the fuck by Dawson Park because he's not involved in that bullshit. He's running by, exercising, back to Matt Dishman. Is what I'm saying. So you can go somewhere and not immerse yourself in the bullshit that's going on around. Is what I'm saying.
Well, you're talking about a kid doing some after school activity that is in the neighborhood versus I'm talking about going to go hang out somewhere where you know you shouldn't be at, like at a bar, maybe in an area where you know you shouldn't be at, some shit like that or whatever. It's different from hanging out than you just a kid and you're jogging by. Oh, I know. I see the kids jogging by there too. They jog about 8-9 blocks or whatever. They do a whole little swing or whatever. I see that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that would you let your kids hang out at Dawson Park?
And again, I started by saying, fuck no, I don't hang Dawson Park. So,
hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. Y'all continue, man. I'll be right back.
So I get that, like, you know what I'm saying, because there's nothing there for me. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But what I'll say is this. Like, say, for instance, if you my partner, if Jermaine lives over by Dawson Park, guess what the fuck I'm doing? I'm going over by Dawson Park. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to go hang with them niggas over there, but my partner over there. So you see what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And that's what I mean by a motherfucker doesn't have to immerse themselves in the bullshit that's going around to be around. And when I meant by knowing my cue, it's like, say, for instance, like, I'll go and pull up, you know what I'm saying? Like, say, for instance, this, for example, like the King or something. You know what I'm saying? I might have a couple partnerships up there. But once them half gallons pop, them bottles get to popping, and I see it get about halfway down, I'm out. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to hear about the bullshit. I'm not going to be witness to the bullshit. And that's what I mean. Like, you know what I'm saying? When everybody having fun and shit, cool, I might stop. Hey, boom, might knock one down. They get the nigga, I already know what's coming. So I get what you're saying but that's what I'm saying. I see the precursors. Like, okay, now they drinking. It's hot. It's about 5 half gallons over here. And they about halfway down. Motherfuckers, yeah, let me go on and get out of here before the bullshit even pop off. And again, like you said, I don't frequent those areas. So I agree with you. There's not somewhere I frequent, but I will occasionally stop through.
But see,
that's
what happens is,
I think, because like let's say for example, I stop at Dawson Park because my relatives be up there, and I ain't with the bullshit, but I could just be up there at the wrong spot at the wrong time, and then the next thing you know, something happened to me, just because I swing through. So it's like I know better than to go up there.
Low lights, so that means you're hanging with low lights. That's the difference. When I go visit Jermaine, he's not over there with the low lights.
No, but see, the thing about it is, like you said, when you start seeing the half gallons coming out, you already know off top that the people that you hanging around or that you coming through to see is low vibrating people. That's why. But you already know that before you even get there. You already know that. You already have in your mind, like, man, I'm gonna be over here for 30 minutes and I'm gonna get out of here. So in your mind, you already know that you shouldn't be there. But you telling yourself, I'm only gonna give it 30 minutes and I'm gonna get out of there. That's the problem, is that you already know in your mind that you shouldn't be there, but you're gonna be like, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna just go over there, chop it up with my niggas real quick. I'm gonna get in and get out. But
I've been guilty of that.
You don't get to get in and get out.
I've been guilty of that.
Yeah, you don't get to get in and get out. Sometimes you just get caught up because you're there.
Hang out with low vibrating people.
What you say, Claire?
Here's a question for the viewers. Do the viewers hang out with low vibrating people?
That's a good
question. I don't think that. I don't hang. I can't do it. I cannot fucking do it.
I keep stuff in my car on purpose. I don't. So yeah, no, I don't hang. Like I keep shit all in my back seat for you might as well have it say I got a one seater. Like, you know what I'm saying? If somebody need to ride in the front seat, I gotta move something out that motherfucker. Like, so
yeah, I don't even like being amongst that. I don't like, I mean, I just remember, man, as a young man, and Jermaine, you know, Claire, he was around, Renaud. I mean, it's like when it was like that, when it was hot, it was lit, it was up. And we was, you know, dealing with that kind of hanging over your heads, you know, police coming around, being aware of certain type of murders or shit that's going on in the hood, and being like 2 steps away from knowing the motherfucker or knowing people that was involved with that type of shit or you some kind of way involved. That shit is troubling. That whole feeling, that whole anxiety thing. And after my kid was born, man, I try to get away from that shit as far as possible. I still was getting pulled, but one to, like we say, hang out. I'm gonna just kick it. I'm gonna get in and get out real quick one time for the one time, and shit like that. But man, that whole feeling, bro, is just, police want to talk to you, grand jury, doing all that, man. They looking at you and all that type of shit, man. That's the worst feeling in the world, man. And I don't ever want to deal with that again in the rest of my life.
I agree with y'all. I mean, look where I live. Like, and look where I insist on living. So right. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't pay me to move to the numbers. Like, nigga, what? Yeah, absolutely not. Yeah, fuck no. You know what I'm saying? So I get
in the numbers. A nigga could go to the store and fuck around and get to be involved.
Bro, I
with a
swear to God, bro, because we all know, like, it stay on us, bro. But like, if I have to go to the numbers, like, as soon as I cross 102nd, I already feel myself on bullshit. Like, instantly, like, I swear to God, bro. Like,
yeah, the energy change, man. The energy, everything change, man.
I work out in the numbers, so when I'm at the gym, I go straight to the gym. And then I go straight home. I don't stop off. I don't be hanging out. I don't know. No, I mean, I know people out there, but I don't be out there. My one partner, y'all remember my partner Ramon Douglas, Renaud, know him. Yeah. So when me and him was hanging, he came over just a couple years ago, And it's right before a pandemic, I want to say. And I hadn't seen him in a while, and he came through. We had dinner and all that type of shit. And mind you, we drank it. You know what I'm saying? Like we used to do or whatever. And he's like, man, Ray, why don't you take me over to the crib, man? I was like, where you at? 167. I was like, oh my God. This nigga said 167. But I took him, right? So I take him up to 167, man. And he said, man, just pull over here, man, to the 7-Eleven, bro. Oh man, no, they be tripping over at that one, bro. No, I had to, you know, he telling me these stories. You know how Ramon is, bro. But I mean, it was niggas out, it was like zombies. It's like 2 a.m.
everywhere.
I mean, and it's like it's live, nigga. I was like, it's like this
it's not
here?
bedtime.
Not right. I mean, it was live. Like motherfuckers was out hustling, good,
like
all type of shit
everywhere, just moving.
Man, listen, bro. I mean,
they didn't have the watch. They didn't have the watch that was telling him it was time to go to bed.
I was just trying to get him to his area and get him out of here, man, so I can get back to my side of town. I was like, I'm cool with this shit, bro. But it was like, you know,
it's different. Like it's that shit different over there, boy. Like
your anxiety levels rise. Everything rises when you get over there.
I was
cool, bro.
Man, I would go over. I was hanging out with Squeak before Squeak passed, R.I.P. And I would go out to his house and visit with him and shit like that, nigga. And then like I'll just go. We would go ride around the neighborhood type shit, man. And I was like, this is like the 90s. You know what I mean? Like Absolutely. This is like the whole feeling. I'm riding with a pistol and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I'm hustling backwards. What am I doing right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not the play. It's not the play. But no, man. Yeah, I'm cool with that though, man. But these scumbags, I'm gonna say they need to probably. I don't know. Something got to happen, man. But I'm gonna be watching this trial because I'm sure they're gonna be talking about it.
Yeah, I want to hear about this because I mean, most definitely they all should go to jail. I don't know about the death penalty, but none of them should never get out. I don't see no one ever should. Especially they taped it, they videotaped it. Yep. So, you know, they laughing and ha ha and he on there and
they said one of the girls was pushing one of their heads down while you better eat her pussy and you better like it. You know what I'm saying? Made her do
and the other girl's holding the gun.
And then the bag, you know, whatever. You know what I mean? I've heard pizza, man. It was horrible shit, man. You can only just go with your imagination for what else that they would do.
Your value messing up, bro.
What?
For your volume at the time was cutting in and out.
Oh well. Anyway, the Portland advocates the call to remove PGE rate hikes. Have you guys heard about that?
I'm with that game plan.
Yeah, well, they're talking about it.
PG's out of control.
They raising everything. They want to raise the water. They want to raise everything.
Yeah. Geneva, you cannot see that video. That video will never be released. It's not up. But the police have it. So yeah, it's not. That's not something that will ever.
There's just a small snippet of the two girls talking shit to one another in the room, like in a hotel or whatever.
Well, let's put it this way. Unless you're gonna be, and you was in the jury just recently. Unless you on that jury, and I don't think that would be anything I would want to see. That's horrible. That's a horrible.
Jury's probably mad they got to see it.
I mean, shit. That's how this thing works.
I've been on a jury.
With the price hikes, though, they talking about they're advocating for that to stop. Or whatever, or to call to remove the rate hike. So I'm gonna play this video by Coin TV, Fair Use. So here we go. Let's see what this says.
An advocacy group is now calling on the Oregon Public Utilities Commission to throw out PGE's rate increase. The latest Portland General Electric increase asked for a more than 7% increase. And keep in mind, it's months after an 18% increase hit customers' wallets.
That's right. Our Brandon Thompson has been following this rate increase. He's been tracking this for months now. Brandon, what exactly is the justification for not doing this?
Well, the group says that PGE is basically relitigating what was approved in last year's increase. There are some new things like a battery storage facility and capital improvements in the latest filing, but the Oregon Citizen Utility Board says that's not enough to justify the total $200 million PGE is asking for. PGE is a for-profit investor-owned monopoly, so it is the Public Utility Commission's role to determine if what the utility is asking for is reasonable. For Chris Boone, when he opened his bill after a cold January, he was shocked.
I didn't expect what actually came about and, the actual rate increase.
Up $75 for an 800 square foot duplex. His bill was around $250.
We're not being paid more. Inflation's just going through the roof, and we're still suffering. I'm not even able to make those ends meet.
He started a petition, hoping state lawmakers can take action. Now he's not alone. The Oregon Citizen Utility Board is asking the Public Utility Commission to throw out PGE's proposed rate increase for next year.
We felt it was time to go to the commission and really ask the commission to tell the company enough is enough.
If approved, the latest proposal of 7.3% would add to 4 years of increases totaling 40%. But the filing does more, including requesting its profit margin be increased and requesting that PGE would not have to go through future rate increase requests for capital projects. Jake says PGE told investors this week it's planning over $1 billion of capital projects each of the next 5 years.
1.2 billion is an awful lot of money to keep adding to your system every year, and that's going to flow through the customers in some pretty sizable numbers.
The way PGE writes or tweets about its filing, or even as its CEO describes it in testimony, makes it sound like it's a significant portion of the rate increase going to electric battery storage. But in reality, it's a $17 million project of a $202 million request. There are other improvements to distribution lines, but Jenk says now is not the time.
Let's let customers get caught up. Let's delay this.
And Boone hopes more people can make their voice heard.
The only way that we're going to do this is together. So the petition at this point is our next best step.
So PGE ignored our specific questions, only saying it will be fully engaged in the rate review process. Jenks is hopeful the PUC will agree this is a lot for customers to take on. If not, he and Boone say, hey, state lawmakers have put rent caps on Oregon. If this continues, they believe the legislature should do the same for utility rates.
Yeah, and I know you'll stay on top of this. You've been doing a great job staying on top of it already, and we've been hearing it from so many viewers. This is a lot.
On top of inflation as well, grocery prices, it is. Yeah.
Brandon, thank you.
So I'm with that game plan because the domino effect is that at the end of the day, if utilities continue to go up and people can't pay their bills, guess what? They're not going to pay their bills. So somehow, some way, somebody's not getting paid, whether rent's not going to get paid, lights aren't going to get paid, people aren't going to eat, whatever, but you can't continue to raise utility rates when employers are not going to continue to give those raises, right? Employers are not going to give people 40% raises over the course of the next few years in order to keep up with PGE. That's unreasonable, right? We know that's not going to happen. And that's just PGE. That ain't the water people. That ain't the gas people. That ain't the waste management people. And I guess for me, my deep feeling is it is the legislature's responsibility to monitor monopolies and things like that. And I think we should also question, why is a public utility company allowed to be on the public exchange, right? Why are they allowed to be that? Because it's at the behest of the citizens.
Yeah, these utilities is crazy, and ain't no way of ducking them now. Like I was saying before, another show, like down there, every apartment is like, you know what I'm saying, done jumped on, like, you know what I'm saying. So you think about, oh, I'm just gonna not move in a house and I'm gonna avoid it. No, you're not. You're still gonna pay water, you're paying sewer, you're paying garbage, you're paying all that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's they getting their money for sure.
I mean, I think the one thing about PGE is that, I mean, like they said, that it's a private company. So, I mean, that means that it's not ran by, you know, the city or the state. You know, it's a person, investor, or a group of people that invested in a company, and
it's a
you
problem.
know, right. So when it comes to that, I mean, that's where you have one thing, and for the city to allow one company to manage all of
Everything. They have a monopoly.
Absolutely.
That's the bigger problem more than anything else. I think when it comes to inflation,
Because as a consumer, you don't have an option. So then that's, I mean, you can't, you know, and then they're able to sit up there and just they control the market. So who else you going to go through for
To
election?
their stockholders, to appease
It's
their
like-
stockholders.
Right. So it's almost like Xfinity, for instance. You know,
Exactly.
Right. It's kind of handling all your internet stuff. So, you know, it's like, who else are you gonna go with? So they can hike the prices up. They can say, hey, it's gonna be this. For you either want this shit or you don't. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. You know what I mean? So like you said, there is no other market out there. There's a monopoly on it. And then also when it comes to inflation, I mean, that just comes from, you know, when our country says, hey, we want to help Ukraine, and
oh god,
they print this money up, and the money goes to Ukraine, or hey, we need to help this homeless crisis, and they print this money up. Every time they print money up, is that's inflation, because the taxpayers have to pay for that. So, you know, and I don't think people kind of understand that there's more that goes into, like, oh, shit is just going up. Well, it goes up from a lot of social services and other countries and things like that we might help out. You know, people might they put it in a way of where it seems like a good idea for the people to support certain things, but not really telling people like the underlying potential problems that can arise later on. Like, as far as, well, hey, you know, this is going to make this go up. This is going to make this go up, and this is a reflection of this. If you do this, they don't tell you, they don't give you everything. They just tell you what they want to tell you, and then people vote on certain things, and you know, we have things like that happen. But PGE most definitely needs to get broken up. Xfinity needs to get broken up. We need more internet providers out here.
There's a ton. There are.
No, but what he's saying though, Ray, is like they
own the lines. They monopolize the optic lines.
Build, you know what I'm saying, or put towers, you know what I'm saying, like, because that's their territory. Like
right, but they I know, and the federal government's been trying for years to make them have to share the lines or whatever, and that's always been a thing. But what I'm saying is there's other options though, for people to. So it's not with power. Like, if you could, you know, get an app or some shit, or where you can have a different power source for your house to make it fair. I mean,
well, it's not quite the same thing, but I mean, but at the same time, like, who you really gonna go to when it comes to this internet shit? Like, if you want your shit to run how it's supposed to run, how you need it to run, you finna come and buy dope from them. It just is what it is, like he's saying. Like, and it's fucked up that they make it that way. But I mean, like I said, either you gonna get it or you ain't.
I mean, you know,
but the legislature is supposed to control that.
Right.
Right. That is part of their job, is to interrupt what's going on with this type of a situation and to allow the consumers to have options. And they're not doing their job. Salem is not doing their job. I don't care what party they belong to. They're not doing their job. The city of Portland is not doing their job.
I think that the guy did a good thing by sitting here and starting to petition and to bring the, you know, to bring it to the politicians' attention, for them to, like you said, do their job and fucking force them, or to halt these guys, then, because ultimately they're going to be the ones to yay or nay it, you know what I mean? And they need to do something for the
and
people.
They need to understand that people are aware and they understand.
Oh yeah, people definitely aware, because it's coming out of their pockets and it's going away from their food just to keep the lights on. One thing though, before we continue back on this, or we can move on to something else, but Geneva said there is a video, and I did find on the internet. I was looking while you guys were talking. There is a video that's circulating out there from that incident.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
No, I don't have
Yeah,
the
I'm
video.
just
I'm not. I didn't pull it up, and I would not play it. So that's not what I'm. That's not what I'm saying. But I just,
I
you
got
know.
Yeah.
That's all. I just wanted to put that out there.
Saying though that inflation is that's the problem right there. I mean, look at all the loan rates, not just mortgage rates. Look at car loans all across the board. You want to go borrow some money, they finna bust your ass upside the head. Period.
Yep.
See, they don't tell you that all these immigrations and these laws and things. I mean, United States, we have the most laws, but we don't enforce anything. So like Portland, for instance, there's a lot of laws in place for this stuff. We just don't enforce it. So that's why you get
because they're lacking.
Right. That's why you get the things that are happening right now is that we have these laws are in place. They just don't enforce them. So when they don't enforce them, it just makes it to where
Portland has been a victim of not having good leadership. Portland has been a victim of having poor leadership, and we've had bad mayors for the last should I say 20 years? What was the last decent mayor Portland has had?
Who was the last decent mayor?
Yeah.
Let's start there. Is it Bud Clark?
I was just here to say.
Is it Vera Katz?
Right. Oh hell no!
So then Bud Clark was before Vera, right?
Yeah, but she was trash.
Yeah.
Who Bud was trash?
No, I said Vera Katz.
You have to look at the people that live here that are voting these people in. So I mean, if you look at Portland and you look at
she was the beginning of when it started to end, when the city started to go downhill. She was
right.
Just moving off.
So when there's always protesting going on, right? We have to look at who's at the forefront of most of this protesting going on, and look at really look and see what they look like. And then you're like, okay, these are the majority of people that are voting these people into office. I mean, just take a look at it. I mean, I don't really want to call people out, but it's a lot of funny color hair wearing people out there that are protesting and saying, yeah, we need to do this. And I looked at City Hall the other day and I rolled by and I'm like, none of these people look like they got a job, they got a place to live. They just out here protesting. Like this is it for them. They ain't got nothing else to do but complain about life. So I'm looking at that and I'm just like,
who are they speaking for?
Right. You don't live no kind of life like anyone does. Like you live a nomad life. You know what I mean? You just going from place to place, from block to block, from car to car, and complaining about shit. And that's our state. That's what we live in.
It's this county though. That's the thing, because the population is here. In Multnomah County, the most citizens in the state live here, and this county is a blue county. And I think that like I said, we've had poor leadership, and everybody's afraid to be tough on anything, because then it becomes a thing about people's feelings and stuff like that, and my rights or whatever, versus the commons. Everybody is not the same, but it's like, I don't know, it's just this one side. It's just one-sided, and you have people, and you go outside of this county, and then you go to other places and stuff like that, and it's nothing like that. It's just not. It's not balanced, and I just don't think that it's balanced enough. Not that any one way is righter than the other, but I think that it should be more of an even field or an even ground. But
then you have to look and see, okay, well, what kind of people are the public voting into office? And you look at them, and you see like, oh, okay, you just like you damn near just like the protester.
Yeah,
so, but we're voting you in the office though. But we're voting you in the office, and we're making you able to make decisions upon the people, and that's what you have.
Right. Oh yeah, we went up, man. Nate was he was commenting on the program over on Instagram. I didn't have the Instagram up. I was pulling up video and stuff, and so it was on another tab. But he said, let me just read off his comments. He said, what is he talking about? Where did I go?
You're talking about the Alabama situation?
Yeah, well, just know when Jackson Jermaine was kind of talking about the being in certain environments and stuff like that, and Nate says here on one comment, he says you have to know your surroundings no matter where you are.
Yes.
He says how you carry yourself is how people will view you most times. He says, but it can happen. Somebody had said something, but he said it can happen anywhere. And so I think he was probably referring to what Jermaine's talking about, being in an area where something can happen, but he's saying it could happen anywhere. He said, this is cousin and Nate Griffin, and for work, we hang and mingle with people of our color. He says the funny thing is most of the trouble is not at the park. He's talking about Dawson Park. It's around the park. So those are some of the things.
And it's dope fiends, crackheads, it's motherfucking drug dealing going on. It's everything going on in that park.
Let alone the
everything
predators.
going on in that park. Around the park, in the park, around. Listen, we all from there. We all go over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know what's going on. Right. We all know what's going on, man. I got my family member. He does some events there, and when he does his events, he clears all that shit up out of there, and they be out of there for a day or two, and then right after that, they come right back and hanging out. I'm just not a big component of any old grown people hanging at the park, drinking and smoking weed and giggling and shit. I'm just not big on that. I believe that parks are for kids to be playing. And people walking their dogs and shit like that.
Right.
So I'm not really big on that. I believe that if you want to do that, you need to get your backyard together and do that shit in your backyard. But you shouldn't go to the park and be influencing these kids and shit like that should be running around playing in the park. And you taking over the park doing what you want to do. I don't think that that's okay.
I can dig that. I can dig that stated that way.
Yeah. Where's the kids supposed to go play at where they ain't got to see weed smoking, people dealing drugs and everything else? They're supposed to be able to go to the park and be able to do what kids should do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oops, I think I forgot to send somebody the link.
Who'd you leave out? Where's Mark?
I think Mark, and I think I thought I put Ivory in there, but I don't know if I did.
Management's going to be accused of favoritism now.
Oh, shit, we're an hour in. Them niggas is probably like, fuck it. They like, it is what it is. I was running late. I was hanging out with my dad and my uncles, and so couldn't pass that moment up. So I had a good time with them, hanging out.
That's real.
Yeah, it was cool. We chopped it up and listen to music and drank and did all that good stuff.
You gotta take advantage of those moments.
Oh, absolutely.
We're not young.
And he bought me a half a gallon of Maker's Mark, so we was sipping on that, and I still got
snap.
Yeah, I ain't drinking it now. I'm done, but I ate a whole bunch of Jack's chicken wings. I haven't had those joints in damn near a year. It seemed like. Yeah, I know. Yeah. But I had that. Some JoJo's, nigga.
He was about to start going down to get down that rabbit hole.
Right. That's when you drink the E&J, bro. Right there, like the Jack's chicken.
I don't drink E&J, bro. I drink fucking
Christian Brothers, bro. That's E&J's cousin, bro.
Well, I don't got no E. I got Christian Brothers to go with it too. I got that, or I got Maker's Mark.
That's E&J's cousin.
Yeah, it's his stuck-up cousin. Yeah, I got it. He's a step above them.
So let me ask you guys about this. So have you guys seen? I don't know if we covered this or not. the Drea.
Oh,
and,
Gilbert Arenas. You talking about that?
No, that got. Well, I seen the response of Gilbert Arenas. Well, Gilbert Arenas was saying, they were saying like, "Oh, I slept with her." And,
that nigga's a snitch.
I don't know.
Bro.
I think that dudes that sit there and be talking upon their dick, that's some sucker shit to me.
Yeah, Gilbert Arenas, man, he's a clown, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe that
I think he's entertaining though. I think he's entertaining, but I just think
Absolutely.
he's a fucking clown.
Absolutely,
bro.
He got some simp ways about him. He do got some simp ways about him. I just believe that a man should never be talking about how whatever he doing with a woman or whatever he done did, or this woman and that one. Oh, we did her like this, and like
you're gonna be mad when that nigga you told is doing the same thing to the bitch.
Like, why are you even? I don't know.
No, I'm saying your motherfucker gonna be when they get that same motherfucker you telling all your stories to is gonna be the same one that be in that be trying to do the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like kissing and telling, pillow talking, and doing all that whole shit. Like but I seen. No, I seen that because he has Swaggy. I watched his show. I watched that show, and he has Swaggy P on there. And they was talking about the Drea girl, right? And he was up front with another chick, and Gilbert was in the back getting chopped or something like that. And they was talking about that, And I was like, "What's wrong with this nigga, bro? Like, who does that?"
Yeah, them niggas is
but live though, no, okay, yeah, never mind talking amongst your friends. Niggas don't even do that. But I'm saying on a live, you know what I'm saying? Like you married now, your whole life changed or whatever, and motherfucker talking about some shit, you where your wife or your girl, your whatever is hearing this shit. Like, what the fuck, bro? I mean, you might have changed your motherfucking life. And nothing's everything different, and they want to bring up old shit.
I mean, the hoe gonna be a hoe regardless. My thing is just that a nigga should never just be talking about that. I mean, I know people that me and they wife or girlfriend or whatever, we dealt with each other in the past, and I'll look at them and I don't say nothing, they don't say nothing either. You know what I mean? Like, that's you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh man, I did this to her, man, and I'm like, who does that? Like what do you like? What kind of satisfaction do you get out of that by just, what I mean? Like, you don't get nothing out of that. Like, why would you even just do that?
Oh shit!
As a man in
the
general.
building. What's up, Scooty? He just got home.
Hey, Scooty.
Yep. Yeah, man. I seen Antoine kind of talking about a little bit, touching on that too. Oh, so Geneva says, according to Dre, you can erase your wholeness.
Yeah, no, you can't. No. You can't.
You can erase your past.
I would say the one thing about Drea is that
who is Dre? I don't know who that is.
You don't know. Look her up. I mean, aesthetically, like looking at her from the outside.
She's an Instagram model. I say she's pregnant by Stephon Diggs, right?
No, Green. That play for
Diggs.
Green, the Rockets.
It's who?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the Rockets.
Was she on the Housewives or something before?
Dre and Michelle?
Yeah.
Let me look that up.
Andrea Michelle Howard.
Yeah, I know who she is.
Yeah, pull her up on the screen, right?
I'm going to. Let's see. Yeah, Drea Michelle. I mean, she's a good-looking chick, but I mean, like, whatever. That's her right there.
Right.
And this is Swaggy P and them talking about it. I seen this show right here though. He had some good takes on it, but
oh yeah, I know her. She's on a reality show.
I'm curious, Geneva, from a woman's perspective, do you think you can erase your wholeness?
Well, not when
I know it's going to take her a minute to that comment to circle back and her to be able to answer, but I'm just curious from a woman's perspective.
Ray, can you have a person call in?
No. I mean,
That's the next upgrade, ladies and gentlemen.
I've tried that early on and shit. That I mean, I had it, but it was kind of suspect. But I mean, yeah, that's something I can do. But I can send, I can shoot. If somebody wants to tap in, I can send them the link and they can get on though. So that's right.
That's crazy. They got a whole list of her exes. I mean,
listen. Ivory says once a hoe, always.
Yes,
a hoe.
you're not a woman, Ivory. I understand this.
Well, it ain't even that. It's just I wouldn't even say that. It's just that it continues to happen. So I don't see how you can now. If you used to do some shit when you was younger in your days, and you know what I'm saying, like that's not necessarily where you at in life right now. I get it. You know what I'm saying. I mean, it doesn't erase what you did, but I mean,
you can't erase your past.
I mean, shit. I mean, there's people that's been whatever back in the days and turn around and be a whole different person. So I get that. But I mean, when you're continuing, this is just kind of how you rock, then is this how you
I mean,
rock?
if you carry yourself to where people look at you like that and think that of you, I mean, because like ultimately this is a question about body count, right? So what you know, I mean, if people know, or if you're dealing with somebody who don't have a clue or know, then what?
I wouldn't necessarily even say body count. I think it's just the
how you carry yourself, right?
Yeah, the way you maneuver. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I can dig it.
It's just like
So
they
you
look at
wouldn't care, Jackson.
Huh?
So you wouldn't care if a woman had just knocked down like 60 dudes?
No, I didn't say that. I never said I wouldn't care. That's not what I said. What I said was,
That's a whole lot of something.
Yeah, what I'm saying, what I said was, when he was saying once a hoe, always a hoe, and I said now. I hear what he's saying. I said, now the difference is it continues to happen with a person. Like if you, that's just like right now you're saying, well, I don't smoke, but every time I see you, you got a motherfucking cigarette or a blunt in your hand. Like motherfucker, you smoke. Like this is what you do. You know what I'm saying? Versus, you know, like I got a perfect example. Like there might be a person that was a gang member back in the day. You know what I'm saying? The worst shit. You know what I'm saying, in his teens, and then he grows up to be a preacher. He's working with the youth. He's, you know what I'm saying? So you can change, you know what I'm saying, who you are as a person. It doesn't erase what you did. So I didn't say that.
But it's always in you though. You might get the
I don't know
like
too many. I don't know too many
like a dope fiend
rehabilitated
and fall
hoes.
back into your bad behavior.
Rehabilitated hoes.
I don't know too many of them. I ain't never seen one.
I pick it with you laying down.
Yeah, I ain't seen too many of them.
So Geneva says, she says, I know people who have that reputation, and when someone brings up their name or old rep comes up, that's the worst. And then you get caught up with her. Ooh.
Well, I know some broads that used to be I ain't saying they ain't now because I don't know what they do. So let me preface that. You know what I'm saying? But I know some motherfuckers that used to be, hey, listen, terrible. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, yeah, it was like that. You know what I'm saying? And you see them now, like they, you know, on they soccer mom shit, married, and you know what I'm saying, got a little family.
Yeah,
now, I ain't saying they not. I don't know, but you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as the way they maneuvering, and you know what I'm saying, it ain't the same.
I would say they might maneuver different, but you see that twinkle in their eye though. You know, I'm like it's something that just don't never go away. You know what I mean? Like it just don't matter, man. They can be married, and you know they said, you know what, I'm gonna do the safe thing right now. I'm gonna get married to this dude, and I'm gonna do this, that, and the other. But when they go out with their girlfriends, or they go out and they do this, that, and the other, they go back to who they were. Once you,
so why
I
does
just
this
don't
vary
know.
between men versus women?
Say again.
You said what?
Why does this vary between men versus women? So I know plenty of women who have been very free in their youth. And as women in their 40s and 50s, they're very much not those women anymore. They're settled down. They've been with their dudes for 20, 30 years, and they're not the women that they were at late teens, early 20s. So, but I get what Ivory's saying, and I get what you guys are saying. But why is it that men get to be hoes, and that doesn't stay with them?
Well, because men and women are different. I mean, because we're different. I mean, that's just how that is. Because women get pregnant and men don't, and so you have that.
And I would say,
women get pregnant by men.
I know that, but ultimately, that's not this. It's never going to be the same because a guy don't have to be. You know what I'm saying? A woman.
Is that okay?
I'm not saying that it is. But
I'm just asking if it is.
We are built for that. That's. I mean, you know what I mean.
Thank you, Scooty.
Ray gonna tiptoe around it. I'm gonna tell you like.
But no, that's what it is. That's what men's do, and ain't nobody. I mean,
I'm
different.
a conservative woman, so it ain't my truth and it ain't my life. But but at the same time, like if women want to do what they want to do, like
hold on, let's kick that shit, Jermaine.
I mean,
kick that shit.
I mean, it's not the same.
I would say, Claire, that
for
men and women. So let's say this: for most women, you guys want to be with a man that has money, that is attractive, that has resources. This man is normally highly sought after. So, like growing up as a kid, I noticed that the dope dealer, the pimp, the person that had the sack was the person that was in control over what was going on, right? So in most cases, most women, they look at entertainers, for instance, right? So let's say, who's the hottest person out there right now? We say Drake, Future, or whoever else you want to name, Chris Brown, or who else you want to name, right? So you got all these women be like, oh man, I want to fuck with Chris Brown. They get in their Sunday's best to line up to be able just to get a glimpse or a look at a nigga, right? And they know this nigga is knocking down hoes all day, every day, right? But it's okay because of that. He is highly sought after and he has these resources and he has money. We look at things differently from a man and a woman's perspective. A woman wants a man. Most women want a man that other women want. Most women don't want a man that nobody else want. She want a man that's attractive. You know what I mean? She want a man that's attractive, that got some money, that got some style about himself. You know what I'm saying? And most men, they want a woman that is attractive, but is not promiscuous out here, that ain't slept with a whole bunch of niggas.
Says not true.
That's very much true. That's very much true. Now, Geneva, you could be the exception behind something. But why do you think entertainers and men and rappers get the most pussy? Why do you think Biggie was getting pussy? Why do you think Rick Ross is getting pussy? There's a whole bunch of niggas out there that ain't super attractive. How they I mean, let's keep it 100. You got Future that got 12 kids out here, and he's still fucking like 40 minority. And bitches is lining up to fuck with him, knowing what he got. You got Usher, he running around here with hurt dick, and hoes is lining up to do whatever. So I mean, let's talk about it.
Shit.
It's the difference, and it's like, okay, well, what you guys have is a hole, right? And if I'm sticking a pickle in that hole consistently, right, that hole is not the same hole as it was if 20, 30, 10, however many pickles have been in that hole, right? The hole is not the same hole no more.
It just, hey, listen, man. Okay, so so in other words, what you trying? It's like the thing that they doing on the internet right now. They'll have a glass of water, right? It's like guys put their hands on the jar, on the glass. You go wipe that off, but as soon as they stick their fingers in the
I'm
water,
not drinking this.
That
100 niggas and put their hand in here. Why do I want to put? Why would I drink this glass and 100 people to put their hand in here?
But I mean, here's the thing, though, bro. I mean, it's only based on what a motherfucker knows, though, because everybody's business ain't out there, and you don't know what any individual person has done in their past, only what they tell you, right?
Hold on, Jermaine. I'm finna double down on what you said, Jermaine, as to why you speaking, you know what I'm saying, some real shit. That's another reason why women say they can take, you know what I'm saying, as far as when a man cheats, you know what I'm saying, and he may have cheated 15, 20 times, and they say they're stronger, but the one time a man cheat, he break down. You know what I'm saying? He can't do it because, like you said, he doesn't want his shit. Like that's truth.
Any nigga that's okay with his wife being piped or his girlfriend that used to be a hoe and used to be fucking around, that's a simp ass nigga. Any nigga that's okay with that's okay.
But that's what I'm saying though. I don't think
I don't care who it is.
No,
okay
that's not what I'm saying.
simp.
No, I can agree with that. But what I'm saying is this. What about the guy? I mean, you know, meets a woman and she has a past, but she's not known for that. Let's just say that. But you don't, I mean, she's has some experience, but she don't necessarily tell you the whole deal or whatever, or the truth. Or if you guys have a conversation though, how honest are people really being when they have those situations? You know what I'm saying? Like, so she could tell you anything or whatever, and then you're none the wiser, right?
Yeah, and some of them make the best girlfriends because they didn't have experience.
No, because I'm just saying like this, man. It's like I know what you're saying. You're talking about if you going into this and you know the history and all that type of stuff, though. But a lot of times you go on, you know, and you don't. I mean, you know what they tell you.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's like,
for men, as a woman, I only know what you've told me, or maybe what I've heard.
Are these conversations really coming up though?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that you know that you know not everybody's gonna know the full truth, you know. So it's just like you just have to, you know, it is what it's going to be. If somebody falls for somebody and they don't know that, know that, I mean, then they find out later how that affects them. That's when it's going to become an issue. You know what I'm saying? And you run that risk when you're not being honest with somebody, you know, whatever, if that's the thing. But
I think if you're not used to dealing with women, I think that
fall for anything.
That those things will arise more than others. But if you're used to dealing with women, like people that are used to dealing with women and just being around women a lot, you're gonna pick up on certain things and cues and stuff like that, and you know how she's behaving, because you can only pretend for so long. And if she doing something, you know, to you looking at it like, okay, well, hold on a minute. Where'd you learn this shit from? You learned this shit from somebody. Somebody taught you this. So, I mean, you can act like you don't see it because you so infatuated with what she's doing to you at the time. But if you really sit back and learn, like, oh, somebody been teaching this bitch something. Excuse me, my language, but you know, somebody been teaching her something.
But
somebody gonna learn somewhere.
So by the time she got to you,
she might have been in the porn. You never know.
But if it doesn't affect you directly, why is that your main concern? Because you already know you wasn't first, period. Now, if it affects you directly, like now, if it's like say for instance, your people that you around or motherfuckers that you have certain issue with, yeah, I want to know, did you fuck old boy? But as far as what you, I mean, I know I wasn't first, so I mean,
she learned it from somewhere.
To me that matters, especially if I'm claiming you, and that's just me personally. To me, it matters.
That's because you got standards, Jermaine.
I'm not a person that, you know, if I know my partner really didn't mess with you or whatever, I'm not into that.
Because that affects you.
I'm not into. No, but what I'm just saying is that even if it's not my partner, even if I know somebody else or whatever, to me, I'm just one of them kind of people where like I don't want to go after Dirty Dick Larry. Dirty Dick Larry.
Because you have the record.
Now I'm coming after him.
Like, we're saying the same shit. So again, that directly affects you because that's what matters to me. It ain't necessarily the count; it's who you were fucking.
Like the count mattered to me.
No, what I'm saying, when I say as far as the weight it holds, what I'm saying,
you're never going to know the true number of any woman's count.
Exactly.
I don't care.
If I'm knowing you fuck Dirty Dick Larry, I don't give a fuck how many people you fucked. I'm cool. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I ain't cool.
So,
yeah, I ain't cool. I ain't one of them kind of people. Yeah, you'll get eliminated quick.
Here's a question. Geneva, here's a question.
She didn't have, bro, I'm just saying, if she didn't have 15, 20 dicks, you think your dick is just that important?
Oh, Jesus.
You think your dick is just that good, right?
Yeah, but
come on, man. Like,
you have
the bitch love dick.
We're saying the same thing, but like Ray's saying, if you're none, you have direct knowledge of this. And what Ray's saying is, if you have no knowledge of this, but you know, regardless, whoever, you know what I'm saying, 9 times out of 10, when you get with a female, whoever, you weren't first, is what I'm saying. Period.
Right. Not at this age.
Right. Yeah, that's a fact.
I mean, these young girls right now, they body counts be
30, but I mean, like,
25, like,
so no, I mean, but the thing is, it's like this, like, so, and just in what Jack says is this the whole point. You never know what anybody's past history is, and you only know what they tell you, and what they tell you, you have to believe or want to believe that they're telling you the truth. You know, Geneva has a question: has anyone on the panel asked their partner as a couple to take STT tests?
Scooty had a comment before
that. That's a good question.
It is a good question.
Is that after or before you found out you caught something?
God,
we're not be quiet all night.
And he comes with that one. Oh, but hold on. Okay, so we're gonna address that. And then Scooty, he makes a comment. He says the only man that can be with a woman whore is a pimp. The only woman that can be with a male whore is a weak ass woman with low self-esteem. Okay. So wouldn't that be a double standard too?
Yeah.
Because there's women out there that don't give a fuck about a nigga. You know what I'm saying? That they do how they do.
Right.
True.
You know, like whatever. You know what I'm saying? It works both ways. I mean, for the most part, I don't think that it's like it's, but you know, there's enough. There's million men that's been had their hearts broken and stepped on, man, chasing women who's fucking other men, shit like that, you know, and still stay with the woman and think. I mean, it happens all the time. You know,
man, it's because of that. Those men, in most cases, they can't get nobody else.
Listen, and that's just how that's the way of the world.
They can't get nobody else, or she paying half the rent, or she paying all the rent. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever it is, but I don't know if another man allow another man to conquer his woman, and then he stay with the woman. Oh, that's just wild to me. That's just fucking wild. That's wild. And that's what it is. A man is so when a woman step out, that man is conquering that woman. And he gonna do your woman 32.
I'm gonna tell you like this. To me, either way it goes. I ain't disagreeing or nothing. I'm just saying like this. Either way it goes, man. Woman or man or whatever, man. That just seems hard to deal with for anybody. You know,
it do, but it's more.
Some people can get over it, but it's not gonna never be the same. After that happens, it will never be the same.
A woman is more likely to take that on the chin before a man.
I mean, right? Because most women ain't. I think most women
until they've had it, until they're fed up.
Right? They have a line to cross, but
the man said a man's gonna do it the first time.
Yeah, no, I mean I agree with you. But once woman's done, she's had it.
Yeah, but because they want to they're gonna try to make it work, and they're committed to their men when they're usually in love, and with that person, they're gonna be loyal. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, there's very few men. I think that there's very few men that have dick discipline
until they get to that point. And then you cross the line, nigga. You're done.
I mean, and I
Burning
even
your
say,
clothes.
you know, like it's in a man's nature to cheat, or just to want to have sex in general. That's inherently in a man's nature, right? And we all know that, and we can all act like it's not in a man's nature, but it's in a man's nature to cheat. Now there's some men that are more disciplined when it comes to dealing with women and know how to maneuver around that. But in most cases, most men have not gotten a whole lot of box in their lifetime, and the opportunity of just having sex with someone, they gonna do it.
Hey, send me that video. Send me that video, Geneva, would you? She had it. She said she's seen 2 different videos on X of young men accusing their girlfriends of giving them HIV. Both men stated they were only with their girlfriends.
When it comes to nature, what makes it cheating besides religion?
What makes it?
I mean, I feel like it's not cheating unless you marry.
Because you haven't committed yourself.
I feel like you have to be. I feel like you have to be married. I feel like if you ain't married, you just playing house anyway.
I mean, well, that can all be true, but it could be true, but ain't nobody, that ain't nobody putting up with that.
I mean,
ain't nobody putting up with that. I mean, no, I'm just saying you could do it with you run that game, man. Fuck.
Well, Jermaine, how do you say that? So with that logic, what you're saying is, if you're with a woman and you're dealing with her or whatever, she can, you know what I'm saying, if she does
go on a date with another guy and you're gonna deal with that, but it's not cheating. You can deal with how you deal with stuff accordingly. I mean, if you asking me how I would deal with that, that's one thing, but however, no.
Did she cheat on you?
Bro.
Did she cheat on you or not, or didn't she?
You said go ahead, Jermaine.
If you're asking me how would I deal with that situation, I would slot you accordingly.
So my question is, did she cheat on you?
I would slot her accordingly.
No. Answer the question. Did she cheat on you?
She goes into the whole slot.
No, it's not cheating because they're not together. That's what you said, right?
What I'm saying, me personally, as a man, and there's a difference between a man and a woman. I know y'all don't want to say that, but I'm gonna say it. There's a difference between the two. Absolutely. I need your undivided attention. And if you can't give me that, then I'm gonna slot you accordingly. Period. I'm not going to take you seriously.
She's going into the whole slot.
She's right.
It's a whole slot, so it's a whole slot.
It's as simple as that.
Because you're not. I mean, you guys are just.
I'm not going to take you seriously.
I get that. But what I'm saying is, what was the violation for you not to take her serious if she didn't cheat on you? Is what I'm asking you.
Listen, as I just said, if I'm dealing with you, right, you're free to do whatever you want to do, right? You have free choice. I'm not making you do anything that you don't want to do.
Where's your loyalty?
Once you show me who
they acting like they can't hear you. I'm saying, like, what you
that's not the question, though.
But this is what it dials down to, right? Are you going to do it or are you not? Where does your loyalty lie? Does your loyalty lie with me or does it not?
I'm not even, and for me, I've never asked a woman like, well, what does your loyalty lie? Or like,
I mean, like, if people are stepping out, then is their loyalty to you? I mean, clearly it's not in the bedroom if people are stepping out.
You talking about from a man's part of it or a woman's part of it?
Any part of it.
I'll just say this for most men, and I'm just saying this, Claire, for most men just like to fuck on random people just to take some stress out. And they don't give a fuck who it is. And they don't give a fuck about what they look like either. For most men. That's just most men. Most men will.
That's
most men. Women have been blessed and cursed at the same time. Because of by the time you was probably 13, 14 years old, you had grown men trying to get between your legs. So everywhere you go, for the most part, somebody is trying to fuck with you. For most men, they never had that opportunity at all. So once a man is in a certain kind of space,
did he just say opportunity?
Yes, he did.
Absolutely. Most
He's
men,
saying most men.
Just the way you kind of put that together, like it's like opportunity, it's the gift and the curse, and then for somebody trying to get at them. So, and I get what you're saying, the good or the bad, but it's like we as young men, because I there's a lot of young men that actually deal with the same fucking shit. You dig what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like they, I think, you know what I mean? I think that what you're talking about is with the attention part of it, or somebody liking them.
I think what Jermaine's saying
it's more than the attention part of it. Like it's like it's in the man's innate nature to want to have sex all the time. This is a fact. This is a medical fact. This is a medical fact. This is a medical fact.
Yeah, wake up in the morning
and a man that can practice this discipline is basically suppressing that feeling.
His inner beast.
Right. Basically that's what it is. But it's in a man's innate nature.
Do you think that's tied to the fact that you sperm reproduce
We're
every
animals.
72 hours?
Yep. We're animals. I mean, we're animals.
As soon as you stop squirting, nigga, that's when you start to die.
That's when that clarity come up. That's when that clarity comes up, and you like, what the fuck am I even doing this shit?
Hey, have any of you guys seen something about Mary?
Yeah.
Okay, so remember when he was trying to have him go, he was getting ready to go on the date. Woogie, he didn't know he was her girlfriend that was stalking her. It's a great movie. And so he was like, he was getting ready to go on the date. He was like, hey, before you go out, you gotta spank the monkey. You gotta knock one off before you go on the date. So he shoots off one and he goes on the date with her, and everything. But he's looking around after he shot off. He didn't fly where his wad went, right? And then they go to dinner and they're sitting there in the restaurant, they're talking, and then she goes, hey, what is that? And he's looking at her like, what? And she says, no, it looks like hair gel. And then he goes, and it's hanging off his fucking ear, and she grabs it and put it in her hair, and then she has like it was super stiff. One of the funniest scenes in fucking, but that's just made me think of what you say. You, Renard, I think you mentioned that you rub one off before you go to the day, or Jermaine, you say you relieve some stress, you get that clarity before you go out there, so you won't be out there all over, pawing on the bitch and trying,
I mean, we all know that men are wired differently. I mean, you can look at the sex industry, the porn industry, and you can look at who's the recipients of that. Men are going crazy just to, women are getting paid off of feet pictures and hand pictures, and men's brains are different.
I know people are getting paid off of these things.
So what I'm saying is that a man's brain is wired differently, and I know it's hard for women to kind of understand that, but if you look at society as a whole, I mean, there's a reason why like certain religions will say, hey, women need to cover themselves. They need to, your face don't need to be showing. This don't need to be. It's because of that
and all of that. Yeah,
they know that inner beast in men. Men will go insane and crazy, and they stalk people, they rape people, they do all kind of stuff.
Damn.
Behind a certain feeling, and it's real.
It's true.
It's really real. So this person is taming. This person is being tamed when this person is in a relationship and trying to do the right thing or the good thing or whatever the case may be. And most people, they don't value their relationship enough, or they don't value the woman enough to be honest with them about what they're thinking or what they're feeling. For most men, it's crazy, but a man's brain and a woman's brain is totally different. It is.
So Geneva says in her religion they couldn't wear leggings. They could not wear. They didn't want them to wear yoga pants or leggings. Shit, in my church, women wasn't supposed to wear pants. I mean that's the way it's supposed to be, but it's not really like that now. But I think in the church house, I've never seen a woman with pants on in my church, so I don't, not to say that I haven't seen any of those women in pants outside in the world, but I'm saying just in the church, I've never seen that before. Never, ever.
It is a protection. It's not. It's a protection of. It's a protection for women, and a lot of women viewed it and looked at it as, oh well, you're trying to restrict me for something. I'm not trying to restrict you for something. I'm trying not to let this beast out. Once these men get to seeing your legs and get to seeing all this stuff, they're not coming here now.
They're following you like that dog. Just following you. Just keep on. Hey, keep messing with you. Now they messing with you. They playing rough with you and stuff. Hey man, listen. Because they awkward. They don't know how to talk to women. They don't know how to, and then they see a girl and don't say hi or smile at one of these motherfuckers because he gonna think you his girlfriend. Then, those is the guys that be going into people's house and stabbing, doing that type of shit, man. Yeah. I mean, because and plus in America, in America, in the society, how everything is over sexualized, no matter what it is. Television, advertisement, all the things that we see these days or whatever. And so kids are starting to be to connect, all that together at an earlier age, and everything that they see even in the cartoons.
That testosterone running through our veins and running through our body is different. It's different.
Well, yeah, after you turn 30 years old, it drops off like 20%, 30%, something like that. You know what I'm saying? As you get older, you're not the same as a young guy versus when you're older. It changes. You ain't gonna always have that kind of chutzpah.
You can look at the things that they put in the foods right now is to suppress that testosterone. They do it. They put it in jail food. You know what I mean? Like they put it in a lot of food, man, because they don't want men out here, and that's why you see a lot of people switching, and and you're seeing a lot of crazy things going on in the world today. They don't want a lot of straight heterosexual men that have testosterone pumping through their veins that think and maneuver a certain way. Like it affects the way that you think, the way that you act, the way that you respond to things. Like this everything in general. So I mean, we're not the same. I mean, I know like we are the same in a lot of areas, but when it comes to,
I know we're not the same. Trust me.
Yeah.
I get it. I absolutely get it. I just, I like to challenge the concept.
I mean, I just think that it's just it's an interesting conversation or whatever. I think that the one thing that I do see is that it's what I see in a lot of content creators or whatever, and they talk about it's like this war between men and women and like dating, like young men, for instance. It's like they, a lot of young men these days. So as we talk about this type of stuff and what you're saying, Jarrett, most of these kids that's younger, you got more male virgins than you ever had in society of America.
Absolutely.
Today, you see what I'm saying? So a lot of the things, so we talk about suppression, or like a lot of young, they don't interact the same way. Like we grew up where we had to actually socially interact with someone to talk to them versus online and things of that nature or whatever. And so, it's like
we had to pass her a note.
Yeah. And I just think that I don't know what it could be. I just know that that's a thing now. A lot of the younger, they're not having sex. And
I mean, look at some of the people that we grew up with when they were younger, that was in and out of jail a lot. Mm-hmm. And then you look at their how they interact with women. It look awkward. It don't look the same. They super aggressive with it. You know what I mean? Like they don't know how to communicate with it. You know what I mean? So whatever kind of communication they're having with the woman, it almost seems like borderline like you trying to force her to do something. Like, bitch, come here. Like, you know what I mean? Like
I don't want to
we've all been
that
around
low
them
vibration
people,
shit. Yeah,
but,
I know.
But we've all been around people where they was cool.
They make it
until they got
uncomfortable
around
for
women.
they make it uncomfortable for everybody when the women come around.
Like, you be like, oh yeah, you can't hang with me no more. I didn't know you was like this.
Or the girl I've had lady friends of mine be like, man, what's up with your friend? He's like, can you get him? Like, this motherfucker is tripping. Like he's really he's freaking me out. You know what I'm saying? Like, he won't leave me alone. And it's that type of shit right there is scary, and I don't know, I mean, the thing is I could not, especially at this age, bro. I mean, just like, I can not be around that. I cannot be around that type of shit. No way, no how. Nobody who does that, or make them off them jokes. This don't have no self-awareness, say some stupid shit or whatever and say what, that type of shit, man.
Yeah, they doing that to see if you okay with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
They want to see how far they can push the envelope. So
I would totally agree with that.
Yeah, well, just I mean, until they find the right one this week and can't stand up for themselves or whatever.
But when we like taking it back a little bit and talking about how women might go out and cheat or whatever a man do in the conquering part, like we as men, the three men that are on here right now, I'm pretty sure we've all been in a situation to where we have had a sexual encounter with someone else's girlfriend. Or
I mean, but be specific though.
Well, go ahead. Specific.
Not a friend, like not somebody that we know, because I'm not gonna.
Listen to what I'm saying.
That sounds fucked up. I'm
being truthful though.
No. I'm just saying, like it's with somebody, so it's like it just kind of is weird. I was like, don't say it like that, but yeah, but I mean, not like. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Say what you want to say.
So what I'm saying is that we didn't, and this is all. I mean, shit, bro. We of age, man. So we live.
I got you, bro. I
mean?
Don't mind me. I'm being funny, bro.
So we didn't all been in situations where we didn't have sexual encounters with someone else's girlfriend before, right? So within this time that you didn't pick this young lady up, or she didn't came through the house, or y'all done went to the bar, or whatever else, what you gonna do to that girl? You gonna dog her out, man. You gonna dog her the fuck out, bro. Like, you gonna send her home fucked up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, man, you gonna do shit to her, bro, that she ain't never had before in her life. You know what I mean? You gonna make sure she remember you forever. You know what I mean? You gonna pound it. Yeah, listen, it's gonna be bad, right? And she gonna go back to her boyfriend or her husband or whatever the case may be, and this nigga is supposed to be okay with that. Like, I don't know. Like, you got to be a special kind of motherfucker to deal with that and be okay with that. Because he did your woman worse than you.
But see, but the reality of it is, man, women control the access to sex, right?
Absolutely.
So
absolutely. And the thing of it is that if you take her back after she done,
I mean, yeah. I think that that's devastating for anybody, but for a man, yeah, because ego,
it's more than devastating. It's more than devastating.
Yeah, because men killed up a whole lot of people about that shit. The whole family.
It's gonna be more than devastating. It's gonna be because you already know he motherfucking listen, man. Listen. You ain't gonna be able to get it up out your head.
Listen, because as you said, like you said earlier, we've all been in situations to where we might have been dealing with somebody who was in a situation, right? But I've also been on the other side of that too. So, you know, it's like, I sit back, I'm honest with about all that shit though. I mean, and it's like, so like with men, as we have this conversation and we say all these things, you know what I'm saying? But the same thing can happen to you at any time, even with a woman that was a good woman, per how you would call a good woman, or somebody who was loyal, whatever, you know, because women can fall for other men or fall out of love for a number of different reasons. We know how we gonna handle it or whatever, but I'm saying though, she go off and do the same thing, and like you said, nigga, it's gonna be devastating.
Yeah, bitch, bye.
It's gonna be worse.
I hope that dick that you fell on, I hope he gonna take care of you.
Oh man, you be ready to Uzi up the block, nigga. You niggas should have Uzi up the block, nigga.
Listen, I hope that nigga's. You gonna be crying? I'm sorry. I don't care about none of that shit.
Nah,
bitch.
man.
Bye.
No, I'm talking about the ones that's just like, no. I mean, they fall. They're done, and they find not. You know, it doesn't. It's the gradual thing. You know, it's somewhere that you guys are not connected or whatever the situation is, and you know, it starts off as some innocent coworker, some shit like that, and then here they are in a full on because they're around that person more than they are you in a lot of cases, right? You just sleep with them, but they're at work with a person.
All I know to me, I don't play none of that shit at all. I don't play the work husband, boyfriend, girl. I don't play none of that shit.
I'm with you on that one. The work.
I'm the only motherfucker in your life. That's how I play. I don't play that shit.
Like, the boss needs you to need to come in to work an hour early. The boss, your male boss needs you to come in an hour early to work. Or my boss is calling me on the phone. Oh, I got to get this. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not built for that. I'm not built for that.
Yeah, nigga. I mean, I seen this one guy who was talking about it. He's like, he was talking about what I just was kind of explaining, where you know his wife ended up having an affair with her boss or whatever, and he was just kind of noticed that, you know, whenever he would call at odd times or whatever, and she's, oh, I got to get this, it's about work or whatever, and so he kind of put his foot down, like, nah, this motherfucker don't need to be calling my motherfucking house at this time of night or texting you and doing all this shit, just before he really found out what was happening, you know. And but he was just like, he found it kind of odd, you know, before he figured everything out, you know. It was kind of crazy. But he was like, yeah, none of that. He was just like, if your boss was a man, got more control over you than, you know, and what I say, or they'll argue with you about certain shit though, but when their boss say something, they jump type shit. It was interesting, but
that's
he
most
ended up
niggas in their relationship now.
And he got him fired though. He went to the HR. It was a devastating blow how he did him though. He got revenge like a motherfucker. Oh
man, the best thing that you could have did was just get rid of the bitch. He did you a favor. Hopefully they didn't have no kids or nothing like that.
Yeah, that's the part where it gets complicated. What was you gonna say, Claire?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, workplaces can't control what employees are going to do, but at the same time, you can institute some level of rules about fraternization. If I said that right. Because you're right, a lot of affairs, it is easy for people to have affairs at work, right? Because
that's where it happened a lot most of the time.
You are spending working hours, daytime around them, and it starts off as, you know, you're just cool, right? It's, you know, your friend at work or whatever, you guys are cool, and then it begins to turn into an emotional
right. Let's not even talk about the sex part. Fuck sex. The emotional part. Go.
Yeah. And then now, you know,
because to me, that's the most devastating out of all of it. I mean, because once that threshold, because now when she upset with you and she goes back and talk to her work hubby about why she's upset and what's wrong, or y'all gonna be at the he mugging you over in the corner with a drink, nigga, at the company party, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's probably discussing with him in the first motherfucking place.
What you say, Elijah? Go ahead.
That she's at a target for discussing you with him in the first motherfucker.
No, that's my point. I mean, but that's what I'm saying though. That's the worst part of it, because
it's like the Tyler Perry movie, the family that prays.
Yeah, that happened in that. I remember. But yeah, that's that type of scenario where it's just like he knows everything about you, or any of the secrets or whatever. You confide in this person that you love and you got a covenant with, and then she's talking about what's going on in your home or problems, or something like that.
Absolutely.
And shit, or he or whatever. I'm not trying to make this one thing or other. I was just using the example of what I
you gotta get rid of them.
But
you gotta get rid of them.
But what I'm saying is you're not gonna know this shit until it's time for you to get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? Once you figure it out, then that's when you're gonna make your choice to do what you need to do.
But no, I think people know
I'm talking
what kind
about
of person they land with. Like if you got a chatty patty as a woman or a man.
A what? What did you call them?
A chatty patty.
A chatty patty.
A chatty patty.
Like if your woman is chatty, she friendly, she like to talk to people, or if your man is like that too.
I don't.
What I mean? Like what kind of person you got.
No motherfucking
ass. That's not no secret.
That's a fucking bullshit. I do not like that talkative shit. That's stupid.
People know who they got as in their relationships when it comes to that kind of stuff. So, if you got a person that likes to talk a lot or they share information when they just meet somebody, you be like, bitch,
she at work. She at work telling her work friends and shit. Like, is she upset and stuff because she didn't get stuck because you couldn't get it up, and then she goes back to work and they, what's wrong with you? Well, we're having some issues, and then you confide in one of your friends. Oh, he couldn't. Not the guy friend, but to a girlfriend, it gets around or some shit like that, man. How humiliating is that? You know what I'm saying? Because they out there talking this shit. You see some of the shit I hear at work. I'll be like, oh my god, like you motherfuckers. But I
would say that's on the man. That's on the man's responsibility to know who he's with and to kind of like groom his woman into like what he considers is good behavior and bad behavior. Like that's a conversation that needs to be had when it comes to whatever goes on in your household stays in your household. I know like some women like to talk to their girlfriends about shit. I ain't with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't discuss my relationships with none of my friends or whatever, and whatever it is that we go through or dealing with, we deal with that shit in house. You know what I mean? Like, ain't nobody in this house, ain't nobody running this house but me. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna figure this shit out together. But any outside entities or any of that shit,
influences and all that type of shit.
I feel you on that. I think that goes both ways. I feel you on that.
Absolutely. Like no, I ain't with none of that because
that is exactly
you're gonna get somebody else that might be biased. They might be biased. They might be jealous. You get that wrong information and you put that wrong.
They might try to sabotage your shit and inside door you and steal your shit.
They are going to.
They might want what you got. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
next thing you know, she done told everybody and y'all done broke up or some shit. And the next thing you know, she catch you at the bar drinking. You halfway depressed because you're going through divorce. She done got you some of your shit. And you out here and you then something happened, and then next thing you know, you hanging out with the bitch.
And even if they don't want what you have, it doesn't mean they want to see you happy. Right? Even if they don't want your man or they don't want your woman, it doesn't mean they want to see you happy. It doesn't mean they want to see you work through the kinks and the hard times and all that happens in a relationship, because it's not always going to be smooth sailing. There's going to be bumps in the road, right? But people don't get to 40, 50, 60 years without there being bumps in the road and without there being trials and tribulations.
Yeah, it's a part of the journey. But like Jermaine says, you work it out in-house and you do what you need to do to work through it. Hopefully it's not anything that's too egregious or anything. But as far as I'm just talking about in the sense that usually in those type of situations, that's why on the sex part, that's not even would be my biggest concern, because it's the conversation and the sharing, you know what I'm saying? And those kind of things that that they share with you, your other half. And then I just feel like there's a kind of that's a violation, and that's I don't know. That's the beginning.
Oh, look what Geneva put in the chat. That's all kind of fucking messy.
She says, a girl I knew married her sister's ex-husband and had 2 children by him. The first sister's wife also had children by him. Whoa.
Or are we siblings or are we cousins? Your sibling cousins.
I know shit like that. I know motherfuckers that sisters and then got with her sister's ex-husband.
Damn.
And he been
I actually do too.
Uncle the whole kid's whole life, and now he stepped.
Oh my God.
I am definitely not married.
You know, I've heard it. I don't know. Maybe I do, but just don't know. But like, damn, marry a. Oh yeah, I could. Yeah, no.
That's an effing headache, and that's an effing headache, and it's making the whole family Sunday dinners is a problem.
Oh, and she said I grew up in the same religion with them. So these people. Oh man. So I mean, even so, they still let them be into the church after they didn't get kicked out for that.
That's a good question.
You know, like it just seems.
Was it permissible in the church?
Yeah, I mean,
permissible. Was it welcome? Was it just like hush hushed? How did the church respond to that?
Well, man, listen.
I think a lot of stuff like that. Because
the fact that he wanted to deal with sisters like that, that says a lot about him.
She left him alone. Yeah, we were saying that earlier. But look though, she said they left a long time ago. Did they leave or did they get kicked out though? Like, because I know you shared some stuff with me about that religion. And shunned or some shit like that, but it just seems like they would have just got excommunicated. Y'all gotta go. Y'all done. You know, that's craziness. The sister said.
And then you know how messy it is in church service in the
oh man, the deacon be messing with all kind of women up in there.
Yeah, we gotta go make pastor a plate. We gonna go take pastor a plate. I'll be right back, honey. Go to take pastor a plate, nigga.
Right.
Taking pastor a plate, nigga.
Sister Pam, come on in here, girl.
Both were disfellowshipped. They were shunned.
Oh, so shunned. Okay, they were shunned. Both were fellowshipped and shunned. Ooh.
They said we are not playing these monkey games.
You motherfucking right. Get the fuck out of here. With that shit. Wait a minute. Shit.
Making everybody uncomfortable.
Man, listen. This is the craziest shit ever, though. That scenario right there. But yeah, them churches, boy. You had Eddie Long. This is the church in the church. He was a cold piece. That's a cold name too, though. Eddie Long, man.
Oh, look.
Shit, pause, nigga. You still even say that nigga name, bro.
Oh man.
Man, he was doing the most, bro. He was having an affair with a young person, a male boy. But he passed though. He died though. So I don't want to, get on his name like that. But yeah, hold on. I'm gonna pull him up though. Eddie Long.
You don't want to do his name like that, but you're pulling him up.
Right.
You caught that too. That didn't last long there, Ray.
No, swallowed. Have you ever been swallowed?
Have you ever been swallowed?
He ain't never gonna get to live that down, nigga.
Yeah, I don't know what you can't even. Oh man, that's bad.
Yeah, ain't no good. Yeah, Eddie Long was cold.
Your boy TD Jakes was cold.
He was hanging out with Diddy.
Yeah, man, he was at the Freak Fest.
Freak offs. They was called freak offs.
Man, he was there partying, indulging.
Yeah, Puffy, he made Cassie get the white nail. So when she grabbed on the Eddie Long, man, he liked that. That's what he liked the way that looked, the white fingernails, nigga, on the chocolate, nigga. Pause, nigga.
Nigga directing.
Hey, listen, that's what Puffy said. He would sit back and be watching, nigga. Fuck you talking about? Oh man. Man, Fabulous, why you never party with me? Daddy? His nigga was calling that nigga daddy, bro. Like, what the fuck is up with this?
I know he probably wanted to be like, hey nigga, like chill out with that shit, man. Like,
oh man,
what kind of shit is you on, man?
Look, man, hey, that nigga crazy, bro. Yeah, man. Eddie Long, man. This nigga, but yeah, he died of AIDS.
Did he?
Mm-hmm. He died of AIDS, yeah. Man,
Damn.
he got sick and he ended up dying.
Man, for a preacher, die AIDS. Ain't that something?
Yeah. But it's just it's a cold thing, and they had his accusers on here and all that.
Ain't that something?
I remember when that's happening when that went down. It's like 12 years ago.
Yeah, that's
And
crazy.
this is like, so here was like 7 years ago. This is like right before he. Hold on.
He was married, wasn't he? He had to be married, wasn't he?
And he has. I don't know. I don't know if he was married.
I mean, to be a preacher, it would seem like the criteria would be that you would have to be married.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I think that eventually they will. I mean, that I would believe that there should be some churches like that. I believe that where they have.
I think. I mean, I thought that it should be like a requirement that at least like you have to be married. You know what I mean? Like,
see, we've always seen Bishop Eddie Long as a built and muscular type dude. Even the parodies of him had him as a muscle-built man in suits because we've always known him to keep that type of physique. Well, current day Eddie Long is showing a very slimmer look that is worrying some because they're saying that he looks sickly. Oddly enough, he was just on Steve Harvey's show 2 months ago looking quite healthy. So what in the world would bring the bishop from looking like this man on the left to this man on the right? Well, the answer is easy.
Gone total raw vegetable. That's right, total raw vegetable. And so I'm somewhat of a vegan.
Your face ain't looking like that because of vegetables.
I do this. Never thought it, but I am. And it's really, really giving me a lot of energy.
Yeah, that's the same look a lot of us had. Well, Twitter and Facebook went in. I'll post a few right here.
Come get your boy out here looking like got that. Boy has lost a mega weight.
So as you can see, Twitter wasted no time in going in. As they always do, and rightfully so. You put yourself out there, you're going to have people talking. So what we'll do right now is just play the rest of the video, and you guys can leave some commentary below and let me know what you think about this. Do you think he's covering up? Do you think this is really the truth, that he's gone vegan? Tell me what you think.
Excuse me.
I mean,
you said he died.
Yeah, he's dead. He died.
Complications due to AIDS.
What happened to all of you?
I believe so.
Damn.
Melted away. And so I just want to say, we get a lot of
Hold on, let me see here.
Bishop, what's going on?
See.
Well, I said to him.
Oh, Geneva said he was fucking with them young boys.
Yeah. Eddie Long, bro.
Wasn't gonna get there, stopping by Popeyes.
Yeah, he was that guy.
Biscuits with honey.
Yeah.
Chicken wings, spicy, and all of that.
Yeah.
Basically, many of us are still eating from a slave menu. You need to check that out because it wasn't meant to be.
So I'm going to say I know a lot of people who are vegetarians and vegans and all that. And while it is true, they do slim down because they're not taking in all that animal fat. Their faces don't end up looking sickly in the way his face looks. Like his eyes look sallow to me.
I lost weight. I don't have the arms like I used to, but they coming back. I don't want all that weight. I want health. I want you to know.
And that's not that.
blood pressure's 120.
I don't feel like vegans and vegetarians look that way. Look the way he looks.
No
Nah,
That's my personal opinion.
God gave to feed your immune system, to build you up. Because you know what? If you really want to.
Well, it says cancer here, aggressive form of cancer.
Oh well, I mean, cancer, I can see that too, but definitely not as a result of just being
and the prosperity and all
cutting out
and so
animal products.
I want to be in good health because I know God's given me something for me, for the church, for the kingdom, and He's given me
so.
And we all have influence. But if you really
Many thought the black church community wondered if his death was due to AIDS, and he was too embarrassed to admit it or seek medical care until it was too late. He says if he had it, HIV, it says we're in all of Georgia, South Matters, treatment in the news. I get out.
talk to you because I want you to maximize
Georgia, so.
I want you to be able to live long and prosper and move in the things that God has ordained. And you know what? Like my assistant, my main man, Andrew Moman, wrote a book about Be the Answer.
Or maybe you say maybe he got cancer and he started to go on this vegan diet because he had to lose weight or whatever.
Well, no. So, like, if you're sick, right? Like, if you're sick with some long-term, what's going to be a long-term chronic situation, or acute, but like severe, it's not uncommon for you to begin to cut out animal products because they don't help the situation, right? So going vegan, vegetarian, whatever, having very little intake of animal byproducts is not unheard of. And it's very wise if you start having certain health diagnoses, period, point blank, right? Pick a diagnosis, any diagnosis, don't matter. Heart disease, cancer, HIV, whatever. Diabetes, any of those things. But that being said, autoimmune disorders. But look at how his face looks. Like, just looking at how his eyes look a little bit more sunken in. Like, to me, that's not in response to you being a vegan or a vegetarian or cutting out animal products. To me,
it would be more of a healthier transition.
To me, you look sick.
Right.
Like, he could have lost all that weight from doing those things and not look like that.
Yeah, it didn't look like a healthy weight loss. Yeah, that's for sure. But yeah, it was just like, I mean, you know, the things that he was accused of doing, though, he's a predator.
That's horrible for those children.
Yeah, he was a predator. And he was doing that to who? Boys. You know.
They didn't deserve that.
Some of them niggas was grown though.
Yeah, like Hassan Campbell.
Like you, I'm like,
oh, he had a whole ass boyfriend, nigga. He was having a whole ass.
I'm like, you can't convince me that it's okay to like.
He had a whole ass boy. He was in a whole ass relationship, nigga. With he was the whole.
That nigga was picking them up Popeyes and all that, huh?
Look, yeah, these niggas was, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what you're doing when you're 15, bro.
Here's a question for the men on the panel. Is it gay for a man to date a trans woman?
I don't know if I heard you. Like, what did you just say? I think my shit had beeped or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
What did you just say again?
I said, is it gay for a man to date a trans woman?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. So
without a question. I don't care if he was like, "Oh, I was in jail" or this, that, and the other, and I you know.
I'm gonna play this clip from the whatever podcast. It's these white dudes or whatever. We can talk over it. Fair use.
I mean, if you'd have been in jail for a long periods of time, I believe that you got.
No matter what, even if they
What's
engage.
your definition? At what point does a long period of time come into play? I'm curious. What's long to you? I mean, anything's long to me, but like, where's your definition going?
Anything clear at my age, anything is long to me too. It's like a motherfucking day is too long for me to be in jail.
So you gay after one day?
so what I would what I would say is, for most people, anything over 5-6 years, oh man, anything over 5-6 years,
people can't just practice celibacy.
I believe that some people can, but I go off of behaviors. So it depends on how you were behaving before you went in there. So if you were a person that just needed to have sex like all the time or whatever, that's not going away.
That's fair.
It ain't going away. You know what I'm saying? So
nah, I mean, motherfuckers jack off all the time.
Listen,
and they free.
I hear that. I hear what you're saying, but in a jail setting, I don't believe that, bro.
Man,
I don't believe that.
You would have to be in there for the experience. I mean, amount of time.
Absolutely,
though.
I plan on never going.
Like this. Yeah, nah, me either though. But I know one thing, nigga. That's gonna be it, nigga. There would be no pussy and titties ever again, nigga. If a nigga go to jail, nigga, a nigga be jacking off, nigga, for the rest of the time in there, nigga. They might find a nigga dead. You know, that's gonna be it. I'm gonna have pictures and all types of shit, nigga. That ain't gonna never be a problem, nigga.
What I'm saying is most niggas. When I learned, I mean, I would say this.
I ain't gonna say most niggas. I'm gonna say some niggas.
I'm gonna say this. When you start looking at, and I'm not even gonna bring people's hoods up or nothing like that.
Oh, here, see, this nigga is going in there.
But,
here we go.
But we all know.
You started this, Ray.
I know.
Right. we all know that you know, gang member culture, and that going in and out of jail culture, what that is. You hanging with your homeboys all the time, you doing everything, your homie. Ain't no women involved in none of that shit at all. And when we started hearing about people spending the night at so-and-so's house, and then so-and-so is doing something strange to these people, that's gang members out here shooting up people and robbing people, doing all kind of shit during the daytime. But in the nighttime, you know, they at so-and-so's house getting slurped down. Pause.
Oh my God.
We all know about this.
Here we go. Yep,
we all know about this. We all, you know what I mean? So I just got a problem with, if you hang with men all day, if that's your thing, that's your thing.
Man, I just hold on. Let's listen to what they have to say here, and we can catch back up on this or whatever. Get some more insight.
So, would you consider it to be gay for a man to date a trans woman?
Yes. For a man today, no, personally.
Would you categorize him as straight?
Probably, yeah. Because what is it? Oh, sorry.
This is
Here,
too
Azalea.
technical.
I mean,
I just.
If you don't want to answer, that's
like,
fine.
it's
Go ahead.
just-
If you don't
I
want to
mean,
answer, that's fine. Go ahead.
I'm with Pixie. I don't think that makes them
Wouldn't-
gay at
wouldn't-
all.
SE.
I have no clue. Not to answer. Yeah.
Okay. Question. Does your answer change based on the stage of transition? Like, what if this is before any transition has occurred at all, but the person has come to the realization that they are transgender?
I would assume that you have some level of like homosexual inclination if you're a man attracted to a person who looks and represents as a man, you know? Like if you're saying pre-transition, I would say like if you're attracted to those components of that person.
But pre-transition
components.
If you are transgender, are you?
You got Franken beans.
Transition.
Franken
You're
beans.
a woman who hasn't transitioned yet, so you're presenting as a male.
What
until
if
you
there
transition.
hasn't? What if there hasn't been any
surgery?
Bottom surgery.
What do you mean?
Like there's still
They still got a dick and balls.
So
Franken-
you're saying
Franken
they
beans.
transitioned everything, but they're bottom.
Stop calling Frankenbean.
Maybe they're in the process of transitioning. Let's say fine, everything.
Oh my
but,
Okay, I feel like I'm kind of confused here, so I'll just leave it in these
It
sentences.
seems really two people that have penises. I don't care how you feel on your inside. I don't care if you dress and you wear a dress, you wear a wig. If you come together and you have sex, you're gay. And I think that is homosexual, right? So I know that people are trying. It is convoluted. So I
I was
understand why you're like
like,
they're trying to
it's
make
a
it
hard
something
question. Making my
else,
head
and it's in
hurt.
your head. And well, what if you feel like a woman? It's very simple. If you are a man and you are having sex with a man, irrespective of how you feel or whether or not you've mutilated your body or you've chopped something off, it doesn't make you not a man. You're a man. And two men coming together to have sex with their appendages intact obviously is homosexual sex. So
Yeah, I think it's different if they're presenting completely different, because at that point, like, you have men who say that they've been trapped or whatever, and I'm like, that person is straight. They literally slept with someone who was like presenting as a woman, looked like a woman. They couldn't tell. Like, I wouldn't consider that gay. But at the end of the day, like, honestly, I don't really care about people's sexual orientation that much. I feel like this is like kind of a culture war issue. And for some people, culture war issues are important, but I'd rather talk like policy about something. I don't know if that makes me boring here, but
well, I'm not sure I'm totally following, but
she lost me there.
I guess so. What is a woman?
I've answered this question before on the podcast.
Here, I can start with Azalea. Did I say your name right? I'm sorry.
No, you never do, but it's okay.
Okay. Go ahead. So what is a woman?
I mean, I think that gender is a spectrum. I obviously know that you do not agree with me, and a lot of conservative people here won't agree with me, but I guess it's just how you present and how you feel.
It ain't got nothing to do
I mean,
with
I don't really,
conservative
again,
or-
I don't like to structure things that way and like make it so black and white. I think that people should represent themselves and be what they want to be, and it's nobody else's business, to be honest.
A female is somebody that has a vagina. That's what it says in the book, right? Okay.
Which
cool.
book? The Bible?
The health ed book.
Oh, the
It
health
says
ed book.
But
female
okay,
is a vagina.
okay.
No, but what is
Gender
a-
and sex are two different things. So
Okay.
you answered the question correctly, so I
Okay.
don't want you to feel like you answered it wrong.
What is a woman?
A woman is
I'm like,
somebody.
this is so complex. I'm
Yeah,
scared.
it doesn't need to be.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It doesn't.
A woman
It
is
is not
somebody who presents
complex.
or acts as the social construct of women.
You
And the
don't
reason
get
why I
your
don't say
ass
biology
The
is because whenever
social
we look at biology,
construct of
the truth
woman.
is,
Right.
before coming into this room, I did not look at anybody's genitalia here. I did not look at any of your chromosomes. I just assumed you guys were women because of how you dress and act. So I think that maps on more to our reality of how we use the word woman.
Essie.
This is so controversial. I'm very like a man and a woman. Man has a penis, woman has a vagina. Biologically, man and a woman.
I agree. I think that it's like whatever biologically and anatomically what you've got going on.
I feel like what brings out my feminine qualities the most is the thought of being a mother in the future. So I guess I associate being a woman with being a mother in all aspects of that.
Okay. Lily.
Your gender is decided before you're born, when you're born, and for the rest of your life.
I'm having a little boy. The doctor knows that. I know that because he's got a penis that is growing inside of his stomach right now. If I get onto this table and I start meowing like a cat, I don't suddenly become a biological cat because I present like a cat and wear a tail and say meow meow. This probably means that I need to talk to a therapist. Not you. But yeah, it's not that difficult. It doesn't need to be convoluted. It doesn't need to be controversial. A woman, to answer your question, is an adult female.
Adult.
Well, that's a trip to me. How this is like people be having shout matches, and they really be getting at people when they have this conversation. This is the craziest thing to me. It's the craziest thing to me that these girls right over here is sitting there on that bullshit talking about where's how you feel. Well, like I said, I'm a rich white man. I identify with that.
That's how you feel today.
You
That's how you feel today.
You understand that? That's what you want to be. You know what I mean? Fuck it.
But the ideology of these women is the percentage of people, is the majority of people that live in Portland. So that's why we get the mayors and the governors that we get. That's why we're getting what we're getting. It's because of, you know, the majority of people that live here think the same way that those young girls think. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect you. Who cares? Let them live their lives. You know, like their lives don't intertwine with any of us, or, you know, our kids, or at work, or, you know, how we just live day to day. You know, they act like, oh, it's just nothing. It doesn't matter.
It matters, because I seen this one woman, and she, you know, she hit on this guy. You know, it's like I, you know, thought she was cute and want your number, me and her friends or what. And, he was like, "Oh, it's flattering, but you know, I only date women. I'm straight or whatever." And he was so triggered and was offended that he said that, because they identified as a woman, and because the man that she went up to was like, "Nah, I'm not into it." And he, you know, he wasn't disrespectful or none of that type of thing. He was just like, "No, I'm not. I'm straight." That's what he said, though. And he's like, "Well, I'm a woman," you know, that type of thing. And then it goes into that, and it became this whole thing. It's like on TikTok or Instagram or whatever. But you know, when I see that stuff, and it's like, I mean, it's, you know, I don't understand. I don't understand why do.
I mean, he showed him grace. He showed him grace by just, you know, just saying that, hey, listen, man, I'm not into that. You know what I mean? Just go about your business. You
Right.
know,
Right.
once the person starts getting the, oh, well, I don't believe like you. Now I might dig in on you. You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to be
pause.
Right. I'm right. I might. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was trying to be. I was trying to be nice to you. I was trying to be nice to you, you know what I mean, and not offend you in no kind of way by just letting you know, like, hey, man, listen, take that shit over there. I'm not with none of that. You know, but you trying to press me about what I have to say, you know, now I might have to, you know what I'm saying, I might have to sting you up or something, you know what I mean? Like, or I might have to get personal, you know, so.
Right.
You know what you are, you know what I'm saying? And if you out here trying to trick people, I mean, we see those things happen all the time. People get tricked and they end up getting killed behind that. You know,
and it makes a bigger point. People don't have to be attracted to you at all, period, right? So even if you really were who you were presenting as, or if you're presenting as a woman and you were born with female genitalia, that doesn't mean that man's going to be attracted to you anyway.
Right. Get your ass over there. Get over there. Go. Bye. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, people have that conversation. I just thought I seen the question on the. I'm looking through all these YouTube videos, and I was like, let me ask the panel that. I didn't get.
That's the easy one.
Yeah, that's the easy one. Yeah, I know.
I mean, you gotta bring some niggas up here that did some stints in jail.
But Claire, let me ask you something, Claire.
They ain't gonna tell the truth.
Hold on.
They ain't gonna tell the truth.
Yeah, I know. Claire, so you're a woman though, but how do you feel about that? That whole situation as a woman, though, you know what I'm saying? Because you are a woman. So, I mean, to hear a man just say that I identify as a woman, you know, or whatever, wears a dress, you know, got it, Franken beans.
Stop saying that.
What I mean, but like, does that offend you? Like, or is it somewhat or slightly in one way or another, or no?
It does not offend me. I'm not going to waste my time and energy arguing with people about who they feel like they are and how they feel they want to identify. All I can speak about is myself and my body and the body I was born into, and what it means to be a girl in the 5th grade who starts her menstrual cycle in math class kind of towards the end of the day, and like all of a sudden you feel something, you got to get up and you got to go somewhere. If you were not born with ovaries in your body, you're not going to experience that. You're not going to experience what it feels like to be running around as a kid and all of a sudden have your chest change and all of a sudden you've got to wear this bra and that's not comfortable. I wanted to hurry up and come home and take the bra off because for, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years, you haven't had to wear those things. How my grandmother was very serious about, kids like to roughhouse and play around, but my grandmother was very serious to the degree to which I could roughhouse and play around. What I didn't understand as a child is because a woman's abdominal cavity is a person who is born with a female genitalia has an abdominal cavity that is very fragile because it's meant to carry babies once you reach a certain age. Right? And so being careful and being safe about what that abdominal cavity is because of what it's meant to hold, what it means to be pregnant and to carry another life inside your body, and how you become so aware of your surroundings. Once somebody's within so many certain feet or inches of your body, how physically aware you are of your abdominal cavity because you're carrying a life there. What it means to lay up on a table and give birth to children, or get cut open and have a child taken out of you, because there's that too. But I didn't have C-sections. I laid up on a child up on the table. I had that good epidural, and for me, both times that epidural wore off when I was at 10 centimeters and it was time to push. So I felt what it meant to give birth to both of my children. And now I'm 50 years old, and I'm in that perimenopause phase where I'm starting to miss having my cycle, and I will go through the process of, here in the next few years of that no longer being a thing for me, which I am totally good with because I don't want no babies and I'm over buying feminine products. But what that means as a woman to go through that, right? So I just know what it means to live in the body that I was born into. I never felt like I was in the wrong body. I'm not offended that other people do or don't think whatever they do or don't think that they are. I just know what it means to be a woman in that sense of the word, period, point blank. And
is it two types of women? So you have cyborgs, you
can identify how you want to, but you're not going to be able to identify with me having had those experiences. Does that make sense? And I'm not trying to be a jerk or anything like that. Like
I'm not opening no door I ain't opening the door for a nigga with a wig. I'm sorry.
If you haven't gone through those stages that I've just listed, then those are things that we're going to miss that identification. So you can want to change your body. You can want to do all of those things. Exactly, Geneva. But those are things that are very life defining for people who are born with female genitalia. They're very life defining.
But that's what I'm saying. All of that you're saying though, Claire, all of that you're saying though, right? But that's my point is to where people that don't experience those things, or what you and Geneva mentioned or whatever, that to me is what the
people that I know that identify in all kinds of ways, and I'm not out to hurt anybody's feelings, and I'm not out to argue with them.
I'm not going to, but they not finna come at me like I'm supposed to. I mean, if they hit on me or some shit, or they like me, but I'm be like, no, you know what I'm saying? And then if they want to be offended, that's fine too. But I'm not gonna argue with you about what you, because I'm not gonna be dealing with that, because that's not. And so that's how I'm gonna believe. And if somebody was offended by that because they're attracted to you or something, and because so now I'm the bigot. I'm a bigot because I don't want to date a trans man.
I don't have to want to date you. Period, point blank. Nobody has to want to date anybody.
I'm a woman. I thought you were cute.
I thought you said you're not dating people who haven't had children anyway.
Claire.
You said it on this podcast.
You know what, Claire? I think you said that. I think that's wrong. I think what I mean is with little kids, because nowadays they gotta have kids, or you might run into one of these cyborgs, bro. I'm cool, bro. You got me fucked up, man. That'd change my whole situation right there. Anyway, what we got? She says, "You want to take somebody kids anyway." Oh my God! Well, I don't need to be. I ain't nothing I can do with Frank and Beans either.
Stop saying that.
Yeah. I ain't got no time for it. No time for it. So Frank, she wearing that dress and shit, talking about turn around and got a straight bulge or a tuck, nigga. With that, man, listen, bro.
But the thing is you're not going to convince
Hey, I'm
people
about
to
to
think.
cash out.
All right, brother.
Going to sleep.
All right.
He ain't gonna fall up.
Good night. Good night, Renaud.
Good night, y'all.
All right,
But
brother.
you know, the thing is you're not going to get people to change their mind on this, right? Everybody's
Yeah.
They want
No.
to do it. And so, like, how, like, it's, what's the point?
I feel you. I just think that I asked the question, it got answered. That's a no, an astounding no. Nobody's dating gonna do it. So, and if you do it, we're gonna talk about it. So that's shit, man. I was watching Candace Owens. She was on this dude named Destiny. He's a white dude podcaster or whatever. And,
I forgot about her.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Yeah, no, she's up. Her podcast is doing really well. She has a solid podcast, but she was on this dude's podcast named just recently. His dude's name is Destiny. I guess he's a pretty popular podcaster dude. I don't know nothing about him until Candace Owens. I mean, if he have her on there, he has to be somewhat big. And so I got to watch the podcast, and she was, doing her thing. She was pretty good on it, but what was she talking to him about? Hollywood, the Puffy file, the thing that came out about Puffy. Y'all heard about that? That little the indictment thing or lawsuit thing or whatever, and all this information. They talked about Epstein Island and all of that, and how there's government people involved, and it was kind of going back and forth, but she kind of crushed him. It was pretty good back and forth though, but he was full of shit. You see that, Jermaine?
Yeah, I've seen some of it. It almost, to me, I've seen a couple of things with him, and it's hard to almost tell. Like, is he trolling or is he serious?
Yeah.
Like he almost. It almost seems like, are you that dumb or you got to be trolling? Like,
yeah, she kind of called that out too. She did kind of call him out on that too.
Who did?
Candace did when she talked in that interview. She said that she's just like, I don't know if you're serious or whatever, or are you just being contrarian just to be, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like this, anybody knows this shit. We know how Jeff Bezos got his money or these billionaires or whatever. She's like, no, you can find that information, but he like talks really fast and it's a trip though, man. I mean, but I'm with you there. He was just like, dude, I don't even see how anybody even fucking listens to this dude, but it was pretty good though.
I mean, it's a bunch of, like I said, it's a bunch of people out there that they don't read. They just listen to whatever a person is telling them and they just go with it. They don't investigate.
Right.
And they just go with it. And it's a lot of people out there that's like that. I think the majority of people don't read,
they form their opinion based on everybody else's opinion.
Right. And that's just it. So that's the world that we live in today. It's just now we have social media and, people are just getting exposed in real time.
And they don't do real research. Real research does not constitute just going online and Googling.
It's almost like now, it's like
you gotta dig deeper. You gotta
back
find
in the
some
day when you had
articles.
certain artists or certain entertainers, that used to have a certain mystique about themselves, and you used to like wonder, like, man, I think it would be cool to hang out with that person. And like nowadays, you can kind of like hear, like if they go on an interview, you can really like see a person's thought process and what they're thinking about, and you be like, oh, this motherfucker's an idiot. You be like, now, like I done lost all respect for this person now because this person done opened up their mouth and they talking about something that is different than their music, and they just sound dumb as fuck. Like, I think we all kind of halfway experienced that. We were like, oh, they were so much cuter if they would just shut up. You know what I mean? Like they was fine as long as they weren't talking. You
It's
know,
a bunch of
but,
motherfuckers
I
like
mean,
that.
Like,
Hey, I'm gonna
man,
play.
just
I'm
shut
gonna
up.
play this little. I'm gonna play this little part of this video from Pink book lessons. And so this lady, she had a private chef for her boyfriend or her husband or something like that, and it went left. She was on the Young Jock's morning show or something like that, though. But it seems interesting. Hold on, let me pull it up. Shout out to Pink Book Lessons. She's one of the hottest creators out here on the scene for use reaction to this video. So, you know, ain't like you
together this really nice dinner for her man. It included a private chef, but things did not go the way that she wanted. We're going to go ahead and jump into it, but first, take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for updates. Don't waste any time. Let's get into it.
This is Cheyenne. How are you guys?
Hey, good morning, Cheyenne. What's up?
So listen, I had this extremely dope date with this fine guy that I like. His name was Corey. I kind of decided I wanted to treat him to something. Vacation. We've been trying to save money, build a house. So I just wanted to kind of keep it simple. I decided to hire a private chef to come to the house, cook us a nice dinner.
Nice.
I set the mood. We had a very, very good night. And then about 2 days later, I never heard from him again. Basically, I'm trying to figure out.
Wait a minute. This is somebody you've been dating for a minute and you ain't heard from in 2 days after y'all had this
romantic setting. I mean, I'm talking, y'all, we've been dating for at least 5 months at this point. But after this beautiful evening, about 2 days later, I'm texting him good morning like we always do. I'm getting left on red. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna hit your man Corey and see why this dilemma is what it is right now. You stay on the line. We will get to the bottom of this, all right?
Thank you guys.
You're welcome. Hold on. So what do you think her dilemma is?
Maybe the food was this.
You're moving too fast. We could just be smashing for 5 months.
When did she propose?
We could be.
You forget, it's the first of the month. Hello.
Honestly, I'm not sure what the issue could be. It sounds like they had a really good night. Right out the gate, though, what seems to be a little off to me is why would they be talking about buying a house together after only dating for 5 months? It seems to be a bit of a rush there. 5 months, that is not enough time to be talking like that. They don't even know each other. And look at this now. They're already having issues. Not sure what that issue is, but let's go ahead and keep listening.
Hey, good morning. What's with Corey? Corey, you woke? What?
Yeah, man. I'm up.
Young Jock is on your phone. Miss Shanika and Shawty, we on your line, man. Yep. Right now, we have a segment on our show called The Date Dilemma. There's a dilemma we need your help with. Do you hear what I'm saying, Corey?
I'm on the radio.
Yep. Can you roll your windows up? Can you soundproof your car right fast? You are on the radio.
All right, yeah. All right, I got you.
Are you familiar with Cheyenne?
Cheyenne, yeah.
What happened with you and Cheyenne, bro? She called us and told us last time y'all talked, she set up a whole nice romantic evening for you. Y'all had a staycation. She said it was a beautiful affair, and she ain't heard from you ever since that. Like 2 days after that.
That's like a little long story, man.
Can you give it to us in the short form?
Yeah, man. It was good. Don't get me wrong. She did set up something for us. We was talking for a little minute, but we did go like on a little. She did do a little dinner. The chef and everything. I kind of I was filming everything. We've been talking for a minute, and I got around my people and was showing them her and everything like that. Basically just saying, who I was interested in, who I'm talking to, stuff like that. And then showing them how the night went and the chef and all that. And then my homegirl was telling me that she was dating the dude that I was showing her, the chef.
Oh, hell no.
Wait, hold on. Say that again.
Yeah, you heard what he said. You said your homegirl you was showing the video, the picture to.
Yeah, said she was kicking it with the chef for a while. Same person that making me meals standing behind me. Yeah, so that was kind of weird to me. So yeah,
weird.
Nah, wait a minute. He just said that they had this romantic dinner. She plans everything and had a private chef there. He's all excited about his night. He mentioned it to his friends, and his friend, one of his homegirls, ended up outing his girlfriend and told them that their fancy chef for the night, that was her ex. Now, there may be a few people that may not have a problem with that, but I think that most people, men and women, they wouldn't like that at all.
So you didn't confront her?
Nah, I ain't.
Hold on. How would you feel about that?
I think that's not okay.
Let's continue.
Man, that's all I need to know.
But was the food good?
Yeah, the food was good. Now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't even want to eat it now, but I mean, it was good.
How did you meet the chef?
How did I what up?
She hired the chef.
She hired the chef.
She hired the chef. I'm trying to save money and stuff. And, I got things I got going on. I guess she did that kind of looking out, but that was a little weird after I found out what was going on for real.
I know damn well it was. Allegedly, this chef and your girl Cheyenne been messing around.
I mean,
I had been messing around.
It had to be true. I mean,
so who she know, the chef?
Yeah, she was cool with the chef. So she know the chef, and she know they used to be dating.
What if that's in the past and they ain't messing around no more? If that was in the past and they able to work professionally.
I mean, still, how would you feel about it? I mean, she ain't gonna tell me. I got people standing around me. That means I can't trust her. Like if we go anywhere, I don't know who she was talking to.
That right there is just too wild. At the end of the day, it's a very small world, and she should have told him that. But I think we all know if she would have told him, he would have told her not to hire her ex to serve them dinner. So yeah, if this is all true, she's definitely being sneaky.
And it's 1,000 chefs in the world. You only pick that one.
Well, he probably the one that got that fire.
He probably the one with the best steak.
He know what he meat like.
Salted.
He chopped him down, nigga, for the low, nigga. He get the deal on him. Chopped him down for the low, nigga, for the meal, man.
Yeah, man. And this nigga and the chef nigga, he just sitting here laughing. He like, man, I've been abusing this broad. She didn't pay me to cook you a meal. I'm just laughing at you.
Let me hit me up and everything.
Right. Yeah, that's wild.
What Jermaine say? This is where you put them in their slot, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And you see what he did.
So if I'm the woman and the man didn't arrange the chef, and this is some woman that you used to do your thing with, I'm absolutely gonna have a problem with that, and you going in that slot. And I'm a fade.
If you're the chef, if you was the chef, do you do the show? I mean, do you do the show? Do you do it?
Absolutely. You for hire. I mean shit.
You're getting your money.
You going where they gonna send the money to. You don't care about that shit.
Got his bag.
Yeah.
Like I don't care what you got going on. You want me to cook this and you gonna pay my fee? Sure, I'm showing up. He ain't.
And you showing me who you are, so I dang sure ain't finna mess with you ever again. Cause you grimy.
Yeah, that's cold. Super cold. Well, we are at the 3-hour mark. We'll go ahead and end this show. Thank you everybody for joining us on the PDXDOPE Live podcast. It's been fun tonight. Very interesting, controversial, all that good stuff. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here, and I still gonna go with the old roll. Fuck it, I gotta get this. I gotta get the outro
right here. I ain't going nowhere. Got something to dance to for players and squares. Drugs and booze we share. The smell of weed, smoke and sex in the air. Come and play with me if you dare. It's hotter than Hell's Kitchen, women everywhere. We living it up until the clock stop. Rockin' hip hop, we go hard to the last shot. Or my body drop, playing it in the box.